The sky was dark, the moon was high. We were together, just her and I. Her hair was brown, her eyes were blue. I knew just what she wanted to do. So with my hand, I did my best. I ran my hand across her chest. Her body was good, her hair was fine. I ran my hand across her spine. I felt a shock, I felt her heart. Slowly, she spread her legs apart. And when it happened, I felt no shame. Once the white stuff came, I knew she was ready, but I did not know how. For this was the first time milking a cow. Ladies, gentlemen, and variations thereupon, this
Lovely.
is the 200th episode of Modern Escapism. Woo!
Do it.
Hello and welcome to the show. Oh, hello to the live audience and the listeners at home. My name is Oodles, and is it too late to back out of this silly idea?
No, you can back out anytime you want, Doodles.
Joining me today, my newest staff member, but she's still got about 150 episodes to her name. The devil in disguise, it's Candy.
Not so much in disguise. Hello.
What he doesn't know about news isn't worth knowing. He's been here from the start and had multiple final written warnings. It's Biggie.
Hello.
Hello. I've known this next guy the longest. He's a content factory. A professional, handsome, gracious, and athletic. But due to his height, he doesn't intimidate me. It's Stig.
Yeah, but I got these. Yeah. Hello.
And finally, we call him the engine room. He calls the furnace, covered in soot and ash. He eats grit to get by and can produce the fuck out of a live show. It's
Woo! Alright.
Oh my God, how is everyone?
Marvellous.
All right.
How the hell did we make 200?
I have no
Don't know.
idea.
I don't know how you did.
Well, yeah. And whose fault is that? Don't answer that.
Yeah.
I know how we did, but we're not allowed to say.
Disclaimer before we continue. He's a loose cannon.
Oh, yeah.
I am
Yeah,
sorry.
we will be getting kicked off Twitch at some point tonight. You'll have to listen to the rest on Thursday when this is out.
Yes. And for those of you who are home as well, this is live. If you listen to this in the future, we're live. We're looking at this chat. There's about 4,000 people in the chat.
It's just pinging, like when you watch the stream and it's just pinging chat all the time and you can't keep up.
Calm down, calm down.
One at a time, please. One at a time.
Yeah.
It's good. It's got 200 guys. What do you think?
It's mental. I didn't
thinking?
think we'd get to 200. I thought it would be...
We're getting old.
Yeah, we old. No, I thought it would be something that we'd do for a year while the pandemic was happening, and then when everything kind of went back to normal, we'd actually get bored of it and fuck off in our own different directions. And yet, here we are, nearly 4 years later.
Yeah, but we like each other.
I know, it's disgusting, isn't it?
Well,
You love us, Candy. You drew on me.
I know. Yeah. I tolerate you very, very well, actually.
Yeah. I've seen the Christmas messages you've sent to us when you've drunk.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? I got a
Sad
Prosecco on
ones.
the go as well. It might happen tonight. Whilst I'm talking to you, I'll be texting as well.
Oh,
You all
brilliant.
brought me out of my shell. You've made me the woman I am today.
I'm going back into my shell.
Thank you, boys. Thank you very much. But thank you, the audience, the listeners, all of you, that you've made this possible. And you've funded our addictions massively. Which, the main addiction is listening to our own voices. Especially Stig, he's listened to every fucking episode.
No,
How do you
only
make-
Scotch sheep.
Only Scorched sheep, yeah, none of this nonsense. But yeah, it's not Scorched sheep's 200 though, is it? So let's shut up about that.
Rude.
What I want to know is, and live, I want to know what's happened in the news, in the world of popular culture. And there's only one man live. I'm going to keep saying live a lot today. That can do this. It's time. Are you ready, chat? But Biggie's breaking news.
Oh, shit.
You may already know, but he doesn't, because it's
watch
time
Bobbles.
for Biggie's Breaking News.
Whiteboard head so bright now, it's my bloody news. I'm reading. You're on your tippy toes, copy pasting all around like it's my news. Think you're so special. Updates fill my news for you. Don't say thank you or please. I do what I want when I want it to. My soul so cynical. Really tough stick, like it really rough oodles, just can't get enough gadget, just always puffed out candy. I'm that bad typo, make your mama say do, make your girlfriend mad type, might seduce your mum type. I'm the news guy. Duh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need some like kind of Photoshop of Biggie on that little trike that she rides in that music
I don't know
video.
about anyone else, but I'm rock hard right now.
Northman Roberts in the chat, Biggie Eilish. Super Natty Cat has said the head bops are making me tingle.
This is what we see every week.
Every week there's head bops.
Imagine that happening downstairs, that's what I'll say.
Rhino, fucking hell. Rhino Man says, "Sir, this is a Wendy's." But Hicks has come in and said, "Superb, love that track. We all love that track."
Yeah.
Biggie, have you heard that
Yes,
track
Joe.
before? Because I like that you just kept getting higher with each line.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I didn't know what pitch to do it, so it just sort of, it went.
It just kept
Places.
getting higher.
Like that.
It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah. Okay, anyway,
That moves
you're
me,
here for
bitch.
news. Aren't you? So, it was a busy news week games-wise, because we had Gamescom opening night live 2024, in case you didn't know what year it was. There's loads mentioned, so I might just run through the list, and if there's anything you want to talk about, then please do. So we had some new trailers for Dave the Diver's latest crossover. There's a spooky co-op adventure, Begone Beast, and a construction sim, Roadcraft, alongside an Italian Souls-like Inotria, The Last Song, Cairn, a climbing game, Life Sim Inzoi.
Oh, that looks good.
And-
I'm going to spend a lot of time on that.
Is that one
You
where
see how realistic that is?
where they,
Yes.
they're making the characters and they look like fucking real. Well, not real, but
It's a more photorealistic version of The Sims, yeah.
yeah, it's quite uncanny valley, isn't it?
I'm going to spend a lot of time and a lot of money,
I did see
which
that,
I can ill afford both.
did see that you can import like textures into it. I sent a TikTok to Candy of someone making a character skin which had a Goose t-shirt on.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to make Todd Howard.
yeah, you are.
Can virtually fuck Todd Howard.
Oh.
She's virtually done it, so she may as well virtually do it.
Can you drown him in a swimming pool if you move all the ladders?
Hopefully.
Well, I'm not into that kind of kink, but whatever you want.
Don't lie.
Continue.
Drown me, daddy.
Okay, some other stuff in the pre-show
Sorry,
with Sniper Elite Resistance coming next year. The Donkey Kong-esque platformer Nick Derico, The Magical World. First-person farming horror allegory We Harvest Shadows.
All right.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
a spooky-looking Ayla. A tease for a sequel to Journey to the Savage Planet, aptly named Revenge of the Savage Planet.
The Savage Planet was pretty good, actually.
Heard good things. I've played it very briefly, but not got into it enough.
Yeah, I've seen a few people get into it.
Tribe 9, from the creators of Danganronpa. And
What? Creators of what?
Danganronpa.
Danganronpa.
There you go.
Not Danganronpa.
Like, the creators of Shiwadi Wadi. We had the Lashana Lynch-led directive 8020, a dark pictures game. Moving on to
Yes.
the big ones.
Yeah, I like them.
Had no surprise, Borderlands 4.
They
He said big ones.
They absolutely threw that out there to distract from the fact that the film has lost like $90 million.
It's tanking big time, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's coming out with streaming in like 3 days.
Oh, fucking hell.
I know.
And so
Can't
much
wait
for,
to not watch
Time
that.
for the pod.
and so much for Randy Pitchford saying that Steam was a dying platform and Epic was the way to go because this one's coming out on Steam.
Fucking joke, mate. That series is a joke.
Goat Simulator being remastered. Anybody else for that?
No thanks. I
Yep.
didn't enjoy it the first time round.
Oh
No.
shit!
I thought it
Oh,
was
that's a
terrible.
trailer.
I don't understand the following Goat Simulator as.
It's just one of them. It's one of them Twitch ones, isn't it? Where everyone's like, "Ha, so funny! Look at his tongue! Look at his tongue!"
It's
It helps if you know.
It's one of those games I call a PewDiePie game because it was big
Yeah.
on the old YouTubers at the time, just like funny moments compilations.
Yeah. I've seen bits of it. I've seen that bit where you can uncover like a cult and you get sacrificed and become a devil goat. Kind of funny first time.
Sounds hilarious.
All right, Goose Game, chill out.
Goose Game is funny though.
It is actually. It is.
Dying Light, The Beast.
Into that, I like the two Dying Light games.
Yeah, I like the second one a lot more than the first one.
Well, yeah.
I think that's going to be turned into like a standalone game, like Uncharted Lost Legacy, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, is it supposed to be an additional one, like an add-on?
But if you've got the whole package from before, you get this as a freebie.
Yeah, they did that. They did that with the Dying Light DLC, which was the following, and it was just the size of an expansion. So I think at one point they just released it as
the
a
one where
standalone.
you could
get the
drive
buggy.
combine harvesters and stuff.
Yeah, you
God.
could UR over all the
Yeah.
zombies.
Yeah.
King of Meat, ex-Media Molecule developers do Fall Guys, apparently.
It looks pretty fun, that one, actually.
Is it one of them competition ones again?
Yeah, but with like a really kind of weird, twisted sense of humor and like lots of traps and lethal things.
You wouldn't have thought I'd watch this. I actually watched this and I can't remember any of these.
You got Linked Banner of the Spark, brand new game from the developer Fuzzybot. It's like a roguelike hash and slack with cute robots. Oh.
I'm into it.
Yeah, me too.
Arc Raiders, the next game from the studio behind the finals. It's
Nope.
another team shooter.
No thanks.
Dune Awakening. Got a big look at that game. The MMO.
Right. Dune Awakening.
Oh yeah, I sent that to you. I said, Gadget, save your pennies. Save your pennies.
It doesn't look good.
It does not look good.
Well, I mean,
it doesn't look like fucking Dune.
The graphics look really good, but like the actual survival MMO gameplay is just not for me.
Everyone looks weird in it.
Do a little bit, don't they? There's a very weird stylization to them.
And how they'll move their hands like. Do you know what I mean? Like walking around like Lego. Fuck that. Shite. Next.
In the chat, we've had it mentioned by Super Natty Cat and He Who Shall Not Be Named. Reanimal, the brand new game from the Tarzia Studios, the creators of Little Nightmares.
Excited for that.
Oh, Little Nightmares was fucking hell. 1 and 2 was so good.
Reanimal looks pretty fucking twisted as well.
Mm-hmm.
I loved Little Nightmares, especially the second one.
Monument Valley 3.
Into it, I really enjoyed the first two.
Yeah, I played them on Apple Arcade. Really good.
Quick look at Civilization 7.
Very excited for this. I love Civilization.
Can't play 6. I'm still struggling on that.
Well, I'll be playing 7,
Yeah,
I
I've not
guarantee you
pressed
that.
Stream it so I know what to do. Please.
All
have
you've
the
got to
date
do is get your nukes before Gandhi does, because if he gets nukes, you're fucked.
Gandhi gets nukes. A peace-loving man like Gandhi.
Yeah, it stems from a glitch in one of the earlier games where his aggression level was set far too high and he just became this nuclear-powered
Fucking
warmonger.
Gandhi.
So,
I can see it. I can see it.
so they've just kept it in all the games going forward that he always goes for either a warfare or a domination victory.
I can see it. You can see it. No one really knew that man.
Let's do. Starfield Shattered Space has a date for the 30th of September 2024.
Housewarming game for me.
You're going
Yep.
back.
I'm going to go back. I'm not super excited, but it's there. I've paid for it.
Yeah. How's your watch, by the way?
Do you know what? It's charging. It's charging at the
Oh, you're
moment. I've
charging,
been
yeah.
wearing it all week. You see.
I'm sure, hon.
Maybe I'll start that game one day.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we had a bit of a trailer for Secret Level, the animated show, which did show a glimpse of some of the stuff they'll be covering. There's a lot in there.
So excited for that.
I forgot to
Absolutely
note,
pumped.
but I remember off the top of my head, I think there was Armored Core 6.
Yeah, Armored Core, isn't it? And that's got Keanu Reeves in it.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm getting the list up now. So there's Pac-Man, Warhammer 40k, which looks great.
I wish Keanu Reeves would have played Pac-Man.
Concord, which no one's going to...
Wow.
Yeah.
It's Concord, which no one will give a shit about by the time this comes out in December. Mega Man, Unreal Tournament, New World Eternum, which is the Amazon MMO game.
Of course.
Armored Core, Spelunky, Honor of Kings, which I haven't heard of. Sifu, which I know Biggie will be into. Dungeons and Dragons, which I'll be into.
Do you like Dungeons and Dragons, Gadget?
I've been known to dabble.
Partial
to it. The Outer Worlds, which I'm excited for.
I'll be into.
Yeah, I'll be into that as well. Crossfire, which I think was a multiplayer shooter. I can't remember.
Sure.
Exodus, and then it just says PlayStation, which it'll apparently feature a number of PlayStation games and characters, and we've already seen Kratos in it, so... yeah.
It's got to be Astrobot, surely.
It'll be something. It'll be like a multiverse bouncing around kind of thing in that episode. Yeah, very excited for that one.
Yeah. Cool. That was the guy that was crying, wasn't it, before he announced it?
Yeah, it was,
Oh, bless him, yeah.
You're having a cry. I get it. When you put your heart and soul into something for years, it's like, I'm just going to have a cry on stage in front of Jeff.
And it's from the people who made Love, Death and Robots, which is generally
We've talked
good.
about that, because some of them are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Some aren't. Some
Must
aren't.
watch that. Delta Force Hawk Ops and a trailer out. I've heard some good things from Eurogamer about this. This is like a mixture of Battlefield and COD, as if it took the best from both worlds and put it into a game.
Sounds shit, mate.
So that's you sorted for the
Yeah,
next
it might
6
not be
years
your
then,
thing.
Biggie.
It's a military shooter. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 had a trailer which looked like Stig as the main protagonist.
Barry Default.
Let me see.
Stiggy looks like you, mate.
Jack Chambers says, when the Amazon Prime series is the highlight of Gamescom, something ain't right, you know.
Well,
shit, Jack. It were a shit show, mate.
He who should not be named may be right, but there's the next thing that I liked did make me chuckle. Was the Masters of Albion with a fantastic appearance from Peter Molyneux.
By fantastic, are you being sarcastic?
Yes, just a little bit. What an awkward appearance he made.
He just minces out on stage and just puts lies.
Oh, didn't he just?
He's a fucking charlatan. And I know he listens to this show, so Peter.
So I have issues with this. One, he kept massively relying on the fact that he was behind Populous and Black and White. He's like reminding people of it constantly. Fine. The name of the game, Masters of Albion, really sounds like a right-wing terrorist group.
It's the old name for England, isn't it?
It is. That's why it's like Masters of Albion.
The lions will awaken.
Yeah.
In the Masters of Albion. And everyone's redder than Biggie on it.
Yeah. Also, it seems to be trying to get the black and white energy, so it's got like you've got the big god hand that you pick people up and drop them around, which is fine. I don't get the whole thing like making a sword out of bread or like custom like that kind of stuff. I'm waiting for the point where he says, "By the way, you can make NFTs in this" or some shit like that. Like
I liked it when he went
something like that.
When he went, right, let's get out of God mode and we'll actually play a third-person action game. And it was the shittest looking third-person fucking fighting I've ever seen in my life. It was like Warcraft before it were updated. Cha, cha, cha. It was fucking shit.
Yeah, it's no thanks.
No.
Well,
Xenos says,
yeah.
He's not claiming. He's claiming that it isn't copyright trademarked by the owners of Fable. I mean, you can't copyright the name Albion, but if it's got the same towns and people in it, then that's a problem. So, who knows?
Next up, we've got Squid Game Unleashed, which both looked shit and fun, I thought.
So doing a Fall Guys kind of game with Squid Game, to me, seems to be missing the point of the satire of Squid Game.
Yeah, completely, absolutely.
But the desk did look quite grim.
No, it looks shit, mate.
It's also a Netflix game that you have to play on your phone through the Netflix app.
Oh, then I'm out.
And it's a lot. Do you know what? For the first time in it ever, I had a look at the games on that from my phone. There's a lot of games in Netflix.
There is.
Ridiculous.
I just don't play
Into the
games on
Breach.
the phone.
Some really good ones on there.
Into the Breach is on there. I've got it on my phone.
Some really good ones on there.
Yeah, I've just said Into the Breach.
Yeah, some really good ones on there.
Yep, Into the Breach. Stop. Wind Up Merchant. Next.
The first Berserker, Kazan. Good old-fashioned anime-infused hack and slash.
Yeah, it
Based
looks
on the
fun.
manga, I
Be
believe.
interested to see some gameplay on it, 'cause it was just a cutscene.
Is that based on the manga Berserker, or is that
No.
just a... No, okay. And then finally, in my list, is Mafia: The Old Country, which the developer promises will have Sicilian voice acting and Italian
Next.
subtitles
Does anyone care
as a
about
prequel
Mafia?
to the franchise.
Yeah, the first Mafia game was great. If they can do a good
but
Mafia game...
Are they going to release a Mafia game the same year GTA 6 comes out?
Probably, which means it'll die a death, but I'm interested.
Exactly. It might be nice. It might be like, oh, thanks, Natty Cat. I have got lovely specs. I agree. But yeah, I played Mafia 1 remastered, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Remake. I liked it. I just had no real reason to explore this open world in it because it was shite to explore it. The missions were good. The combat was good.
I didn't mind the exploration, and I thought it was quite... Especially...
There's
also,
nothing to do.
Also, bear in mind, it originally came out in 2006, so, you know...
I played Mafia 3. I got very bored of it.
Mafia
I never
3 wasn't
played
very
3.
good.
I saw the reviews before it came out.
Haven't played any of them.
Music was the best thing about it because of the time set.
Yeah, it had like Creedence Clearwater Revival and stuff, didn't it? Like Paint It Black by Rolling Stones. Yeah. Anything else, Biggie?
That's my list, unless anybody else got anything I haven't mentioned.
No, it were fucking shite and a waste of my time. Don't know about anyone else.
Didn't watch it.
Well, there was also the news that Indiana Jones is coming to PS5 next year.
That we knew earlier in the week. Because I told you.
Later in my news, but...
I told you.
Ah,
You didn't listen
Gamescom.
to
Why
me.
won't you put it in the Gamescom? Is it Gamescom?
Yeah, it was Gamescom. Yeah, it was at the end of opening night live.
We've given you a
I
segue.
just took it from another article.
We've given you a segue.
No, I'm not going to
news,
do it now.
man.
I'm going to do something different
Your
because
news,
it's
bro.
my news. Black Myth Wukong is already, as I typed and stole the article, Steam's most played single-player game of all time. Now over 2 million players have taken to Steam to give the game a whirl. Its concurrent player peak as it stands is currently over 2 million.
10 million.
As a result,
now.
10 million.
Black Myth Wukong is now the second most played game of all time in terms of concurrent player numbers on Steam, having bopped both Counter-Strike 2 and Power World down a place.
Why has this got popular all of a sudden?
China.
It looks fab.
China. Do you know you sounded like then when you said that?
Very
China.
specifically. China. No,
China.
it's because it's obviously it's the Chinese interpretation of A Journey to the West, and it is on sale.
It's their like biggest fable, isn't it?
Yeah, it's also on sale on Steam in China, so
China.
They've gone mental for it.
And PS5's sales have gone up over in China as well because of that.
In where?
In China.
China.
China. You got to do the hand. China. What a prick.
So I'm trying to get us cancelled.
Yeah, it's as of today, Saturday. It's 10 million copies have sold.
Oh, done
Have
well.
any of us got it?
Pretty fucking good going that.
No, it didn't appeal to me, but I'm glad it's
Didn't
doing
appeal
well.
to me.
I
either.
might give it a whirl if when the price drops.
Yeah, I will. So
Yeah, when it's £8.
But,
Looks too hard for me.
I'm not. I've got
That's what
other-
she said.
I've got other games that I'm more interested in that I want to play first.
Yep.
Saving my pennies for Warhammer.
Oh yeah.
Fucking nerd.
Xbox boss Phil Spencer addresses Indiana Jones PS5 launch news.
We already
By
talked
saying-
about this.
Yeah.
All right, move on. Next.
Yeah, I mean, Oodles said it. I didn't think that they would do it, but I'm not really that bothered. It's I get it.
I feel vindicated.
Yeah,
I was
it's a good
laughed
shout
off
by
the
you.
podcast.
Laughed off the podcast.
Because my uncle works at Nintendo, so I know these things.
If it comes, it's fine. I'm not bothered.
Yes, you are.
I'm not. I get it on
Chat,
Game
is he
Pass.
bothered? Look at his face. Does that face...
My
He looks
Game Pass
bothered.
costs me £7.99 a month. When it comes
He
on
looks
PS5,
bothered.
if you want to play it on that, you're going to have to pay £60 to £70.
I don't want to play it, but you look bothered.
So, and I'll have to play it completely.
Stig, I'm not bothered!
He is bothered, though, Biggie. He is bothered. Look how bothered he
That's
is.
for Northman Rob, by the way.
Oh, Northman Rob's asked, really want to find out what the best impersonations you can make are now.
I thought Stig had said that then, actually.
I mean,
Can you do a Biggie impression, Stig?
What? I'm Biggie! Yeah! Chucking on chips in that, one eye.
Jack and Danny in your fanny.
No, we're there.
Jelly deals, jelly deals.
I'm Stig, you I cracked my rib! Oh.
Look what they've done to us. They're dividing us after 200 episodes.
Making us turn on each other.
This is what they want. You've played right into their hands.
Hey up, Biggie, next.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's coming a few months after its release on Xbox. So see how well it does on the PS5, eh?
Probably, well.
Yeah, it will do.
Yeah, of course it was. It's Indiana Jones.
It depends on the reviews, I guess.
No, it'll be fine. It's Machine Games. They don't really make shit games, do they?
They make quite good games. Quite good.
Quite good.
It's going
Quite
to be
good.
between 85 and 90.
Yeah, I agree with Stig. I think 85 is a really solid jumping off point for that. Quite good. Next.
Here's a little interesting story for you.
Better
When
be.
asked about SAG-AFTRA's, that's an acronym, strike for better AI protections, Amazon Games boss claims AI has nothing to do with taking work away from actors because for games, we don't really have acting.
Yeah.
What?
Ah.
Is he still playing SNES games?
Yeah, he's still playing
Space Invaders.
Literally had acting in. I mean, it might not have been very good acting, but we've had acting in games since like 1994.
It's since CDs, isn't it? When they could actually put voiceovers on it.
PS1, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
no, since early PC, when did Wing Commander come out?
PC engines and stuff like that.
Well, no,
Yeah,
like Wing Commander had Mark Hamill in it.
Yes, it did. And Command and Conquer.
John
Nice.
Reno and on Onimusha 3.
Yeah, it's a bit later on, but yeah, absolutely.
Did
Stellar
Broken Sword
performance.
have voice acting as well, from what I remember? PlayStation
Yes, I think it did.
On the
Not played the
PlayStation,
PC
not the
version.
PC version.
Oh, other way around, yeah. That
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hartman was asked about his
SAG-AFTRA.
insights into the status of the games industry right now, and he responded that generative AI might shorten life cycle of game development, and he said, I think game development takes way too long, like 5 years per game. It just means basically everything will be lucky shots, and hopefully AI will help us streamline processes so hand-done work will go fast. And that's then, after that, when pushed on this, with regards to the SAG-AFTRA strikes, he did drop that little bit where he said, I've got to be careful because we're a big company and have to deal with all those organisations, so I don't want to get in the middle of it. He then proceeded to then drop the ball. When we talk about AI, first of all, hopefully it will help us to have new gameplay ideas, which has nothing to do with taking work away from anyone, and especially for games we don't really have acting. The majority of the team sits in programming, and that's not going to go away because that's all about innovation. That news may not go down well as a shock to the 2,500 video game performers and the 160,000 SAG-AFTRA members who have refused to work on video games produced by the industry's major developers in support of those performers.
So the thing to remember is the games that Amazon Games has put out. Would you like the list?
Yes, please.
Well, there was New World Eternum, which
10 out of 10.
no. There's one called Throne and Liberty, a free-to-play
10 out of 10.
game centered on guild-focused combat.
Can't wait for that.
Comes out on October the 1st. Then there is the currently out Lost Ark, a free-to-play action-packed RPG.
They're just giving away games. I don't believe it.
There is the previously mentioned King of Meat, which is coming soon.
Is it free to play?
Yes.
Wow.
Blue Protocol is a free-to-play online action RPG.
Why are they so generous?
And then, there's Tomb Raider in development, the as yet untitled new Tomb Raider game.
Free to play.
No, this one is a single-player narrative-driven adventure from Crystal Dynamics, published by Amazon.
Free to play. You pay for lives.
And then there is the open-world Lord of the Rings MMO, set in a persistent world in Middle-earth, featuring beloved stories of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings literary trilogy. So out of all of those games, 2 are out. One of them was dead on arrival when it came out, and people mocked mercilessly. The other one's a fucking free-to-play looter RPG. Like, this guy doesn't know games.
I think, yeah.
This is.
I think yes. He doesn't.
It's like a politician being put in a position, health secretary, when they have no fuck all about health and have no history in it or anything like that. It's like they've been put in this position at Amazon and been like, yeah, you just deal with that. And they have no idea what they're talking about.
I agree, mate. It's just bollocks. Don't listen to him. Next.
Hideo Kojima is to host a special Death Stranding 2 presentation at
Now we're
TGS
talking.
2024.
Next.
As part of Sony's plans for the game show, it's playing host a presentation all about Death Stranding 2 on the beach. The highly anticipated sequel from Kojima Productions is getting the spotlight on Sony's stage, and it'll feature Hideo and a number of guests. They also have
all
plans
his
to include
boyfriends
Monster
from Hollywood.
Hunter and a real-life Astrobot gacha machine. There's more to be confirmed later.
Jeff Keighley's absolutely crushing that, isn't he?
Oh,
He was in the last
100%.
game, wasn't he, Jeff Keighley?
No, I mean the presentation.
Oh, right, yeah.
Was he in the
Yeah.
game?
Yeah,
Yes.
it was, yeah.
Yes.
He was a hologram.
Ludens fan.
Yeah, hologram. One of the bunkers that you can go to.
Yeah. He was
Oh,
obsessed with the Ludens
Right.
astronaut.
You could easily miss him there. There was a few that you could easily miss, I think, wasn't there?
Conan O'Brien was in it.
Animate, mate.
On the Beach is a shit title.
It won't be that.
It just makes me think of fucking All Saints every time I hear it.
Cool Waters is a good song.
Supernatic Cat saying on the beach makes me think of pina coladas and volleyball.
Who
That's
says
what
it's
it
not
will
about
be.
that?
Yeah,
I'm going to say
Be
it
alright.
might be a volleyball simulator.
yeah. It's actually
the beach would be better.
not even anything to do with like the first game. It's going to be more like Dead or Alive volleyball. and you just the volleyball is going to be one of the babies in the little
I
container.
mean, you say that. You say that, but there was a lot of nudity in the first game, wasn't there, Candy?
Was there?
Nudity?
Oh, there was. Yeah, there was. Mad.
a lot of nudity.
I'm shocked.
Are you shocked? Are you stunned?
Shocked.
I haven't
You
played
got
enough
me
of that
aghast.
game. I need to go back.
It's male nudity mainly.
Jack
Yeah,
Chambers
it's
says
lovely.
sexy volleyball would be pretty on brand for Kojima. Yeah, it would be actually.
Yeah, it would. Yeah. He's the Tarantino of games, isn't he? Just a pervert. Just a pervert.
Doesn't have a good track record of how he treats women in his games. So
No, he doesn't. No, he does not. And I love him.
to be naked because clothes affect her skin or some shit.
No, because she
breathes
breathes. She
through her
breathes
skin.
Breathe through her skin.
through her skin.
Oh, there was what was it?
Like,
The secret introduction to Meryl in the first Metal Gear Solid. If you went in and out the air vent so
followed
many
her
times, you would find her doing sit-ups in a prison cell in her knickers.
Yeah, but when you were patrolling, you had to discover her by looking at her ass.
Yeah,
Watching the way her ass wiggled. Yes! Bring that back!
you should have known.
or the fucking what is it? In Metal Gear Solid 3 where he just grabs your dick.
Yes! Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah, what's his
And that's
name?
how he knows that you're not his boyfriend, because he's like, huh?
Yeah,
That's a different dick size.
Well, that happens in Metal Gear Solid 2 as well. Doesn't Solidus grab?
Yes.
No, the
Raiden's.
president grabs Raiden's junk and says,
'Cause he thinks he's a girl.
You're a guy."
I think Kojima's trying to tell us something in his game.
I hope they put that alert sound in there when that happens as well.
No.
I
all about
did
myself.
say before I come across stupid here. No, I did say don't we breathe through our skin? We absorb oxygen through our skin, don't we?
We do.
I said that.
We
I
do.
was like, I just said something really stupid.
The more
there.
you know.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, that was specifically the reason given for why Quiet in Metal Gear Solid 5 was waging war in the desert in a thong bikini.
If you remember, Gadget, she harnessed photosynthesis.
Yeah, she photosynthesized because that's totally a thing.
It made her shoot better because she could harness photosynthesis.
Yeah, because she didn't have to
never
breathe with
missed.
her lungs.
She never missed. Next.
PS5 and PC first-person shooter Concord's poor player numbers have predictably
Next.
gone viral.
I don't know. It also,
No.
don't you find it funny that Concord only has a peak of 660 players on PC?
Fuck off. That little.
Now, a little bit.
Isn't it less than Gollum?
It's
On
like-
PC, the most dominant place to play it.
Yeah, Gollum
That
Steam
is-
charts. I think it is less than Gollum.
I'm sure I saw something earlier today that it was its
Less
peak.
than Gollum.
Gollum had more players.
I think it depends on which service you count on, because like on Steam charts, Gollum's all-time peak's 502. But what's Steam DB say? Where's it? Yeah, Steam DB counts it as 800. So yeah, less than Gollum. Then
Do you remember when they kept messages about Gollum? Would you like a code? It was like, no, we don't want a code. and Stig were like, maybe I should. I'll wait you, Gadget.
I
Oh,
took
it's
it.
Gadget.
Yeah,
It's
Gadget
not
was
bought
like,
it yet.
oh, did you actually get the code in the end?
I did, yeah. Yeah, it's
The email was blowing up.
yeah, it's very funny that the Concord has failed this badly, and it actually does make me a little bit sad as well, because it's clearly they've put a lot of time and effort into this game, and Sony have just sent it out to die because it didn't need to be a thing.
No.
It's a £40 game that's never going to compete with Overwatch and Valorant, which are free.
Gadget, you're forgetting every week you get a new cutscene.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Well,
For
I'm-
with.
I'm not happy that it's failed. I'm never really happy.
No,
that
no,
it's
no one
failed.
wants that.
It's just that when it was announced, it was like, well, that's the DOA. Like instantly, you could tell that's going nowhere.
The other sad thing as well is, like, on Steam, like the reviews are mostly positive. Like for the handful of
Really?
people who've bought
People
it.
are liking it. People like it.
Yeah, like people are actually enjoying it, just no one's playing it.
So it's
how
a
long-
competent game that's come out for no reason, basically.
Yeah,
How long until it's free to play?
How long before it's shut down?
it'll go free to play, then it'll shut down within a year.
It is a shame because people have put a lot of fucking effort into making that game. Because the vision of it, like when we watched that first like opening cutscene, that I was well into it.
Yeah,
And then it revealed the gameplay.
yeah. Like I was texting Candy at the time when we were all watching it. And I'm just like, please don't let this be a multiplayer shooter because it looked really
Sure enough.
fucking good.
Will they not have like a player versus enemy mode or anything like that?
It's not on the roadmap for it.
Like a little single player. You know what I mean?
But
Because
the,
I played a lot of Overwatch, the training mission. Do you know when you don't have to actually fight real people or fighting robots? It was fun.
But it's also notable that its peak so far is a tenth of what Redfall peaked at, which had just over 6,000 players,
Oh, Redfall was a hit as well, wasn't it?
and a 20th of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which was about 13,000 players.
Another Stone Cold banger.
Yeah, so it's done poorly.
I've got that for free. I might give it a blast just for this.
For free, mate, you can't argue. But
Yeah.
then it's the cost fallacy of your actual time that you've got to think
Yeah,
about.
but isn't it like I'd heard the game was quite solid.
decent,
Just
yeah.
that the whole multiplayer and online part of it is just nah.
They
But
said the
it-
same about was it the second Mordor game? Remember, Gadget, we were just released in an absolute state. Then they just removed all that shite and it
Yeah.
got good.
Yeah, because Shadow of War. Yeah, Shadow of
That's
War
it.
was the second one. Yeah, it had a load of microtransaction-y shit in for like a single player.
And they
game.
removed it and everyone was like, this is fucking good.
Yeah, because it was all like pay for extra experience points to skip more of the game.
Yeah. But maybe Justice League could do that or these other games. I don't know. Who am I to know? Next.
Out about a film and TV. The Acolyte season 2 has been cancelled.
I mean, it's
It's the
annoying
Star Wars
more than
series.
anything.
Weren't you all moaning about it?
Like it was.
Like space lesbians and stuff like that?
I don't care about that. That doesn't like. I'm not one of those.
No, I like
Noises.
space lesbians. I like terrestrial ones as well.
Part of it was shit. some of it was good. Like the fight scenes were excellent. Like the choreography and the fight scenes was brilliant. I feel like if they had a story to tell, they could have told it all within one series. And apparently Northman Robson said it earned more money for YouTube as slating it than it made for Disney. The thing is, anyone who's going to watch this show has already got a Disney Plus subscription. This isn't the kind of show that's going to bring a random Star Wars show set 150 years in the past. That's not bringing in new subscribers.
No, it's not.
all.
Does anyone even pay for Disney Plus? I mean, I've had it in my bank since day one, me.
I
Got this in my
did
bank
it
too.
free my brother. So technically,
I don't think anyone pays for Disney Plus.
Mind you, that when you get
Well,
through the bank, you have to watch
subs to
adverts
Tesco.
for, so they get money that way.
Yeah, there is adverts on here. I'll give them
But
that.
it annoys me more because if they'd have said it's going to be a 2-series arc, if they'd have sorted that out to start with, they'd have probably carried it on, or they would have reduced it to say, okay, it's not going to be 2 series. You've got X amount of episodes to tell the full thing. I don't like shows setting things up and leaving you with cliffhangers and then just fucking off and being like,
Yeah,
oh, sorry,
I can't
we
hide it.
wasted 6 hours of your life, but we can't be asked to carry this on anymore. It's like, no, finish the story. And it just feels right now they have no fucking clue what to do with Star Wars. Same with the films. They're so disjointed.
It's such a massive IP that it gets noticed when it's fucking shit.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
They did the same with Solo. Scrap that. Andor
I didn't mind Solo. I didn't think it were a brilliant film. I didn't mind it.
I like the little tease at the end. Again,
Yeah.
don't give me teasers if you're not going to follow through on it.
I haven't hated any Star Wars film, even Attack of the Clones. I don't hate it.
Rise of Skywalker, Attack of the Clones, are bad.
No, I don't hate them. They're just not very good.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
I just feel like it feels like the same with both the MCU and Star Wars. They just need to kind of go, right, this is a line.
Stop.
Well, this is a line, and we need to figure out where we're going and what we're doing with it.
They are just churning stuff out for Disney Plus, though. It's Disney's definitely suffering, and just all these remakes and everything. I think it's just so they can have something new every month on Disney Plus.
I tell you what's going to happen with all this. James Gunn's going to sweep up underneath and make the DCEU amazing.
I bet it will.
He's
We've
just
said
going to
that
sneak
before, I bet it
underneath it
will.
all this fucking shite. He's going to sneak underneath and go, guess what? I can make fucking films. And it's going to be great.
In the chat, who should not be named has said that there are more
Who's
bad
that?
Star Wars
Jack
films than
Chambers.
good ones at this point.
What's up with... Oh, I remember why you don't like Jack.
Actually, I don't agree with that.
I do.
I don't, because the first
There are more
three-
bad Star Wars films than
First-
good ones.
How
at
many
this
Star
point.
Wars films are there? There's 9 main ones, and then 3 spin-offs.
I like the first trilogy. I like
trilogy,
Rogue
Rogue One.
One. I
Revenge
like...
of Sith has got some good stuff in there. It's a decent
It
film.
has. It has.
I enjoyed Solo for what it was. It wasn't.
I did.
That's a decent film. Force Awakens was really fun. Yes, it was a retread of A New Hope, but it felt like Star Wars was back. It felt like...
What's that one called where they're on the salt planet? That were all right.
And The Last Jedi, I think, is great.
Yeah.
The best one of the 3. It has
Yeah.
some really good ideas. And then you've got Phantom Menace, Rise of Skywalker, Attack of the Clones. What else is out?
I can't remember. It's too many. I
Ewok,
tell you what, though, like they're all
Endor.
talking about this High Republic and stuff. Just play KOTOR. That's good High Republic Star Wars, isn't
Yeah.
it? That's some good Star Wars.
I think
Right, never
played
Disney
that.
shouldn't have. She should have just used some of the stories and not just said we're scrapping all of the books and starting our own thing.
Yeah,
Started
Admiral
it
Thrawn.
and
Everyone loved him.
Sacked it off.
Is Thrawn not
Anyway.
in it yet? Is he not in the shows yet?
I don't
You're-
know.
Oh, he's a blue
Oh,
guy.
it was in Ahsoka, but I've not watched that yet.
Oh, there you go. So they've put him in then. Next.
Tim Curry returns to the big screen in horror movie Stream. Veteran
Spiders.
actor will return to the big screen as a character in said horror film, which is opening this Wednesday in select theatres. It'll be his first feature film role since the 2010 comedy Burke and Hare, even though he's worked on many animated projects as a voice actor since then. They also appeared in 2016 television film remake of the Rocky Horror Picture Show on Fox. Sadly, he had a stroke in 2012, so he's been more focused on voice acting performances.
Yeah, he was the narrator in the Rocky Horror remake. And they made his legs move in his wheelchair. Sorry, I shouldn't. It was funny, though. He was good. He was a good remake, not as good as the original. But I've always loved Tim Curry. I think, yeah, I probably won't watch whatever this is that you just mentioned because I didn't really pay attention to what you said. But
Or Stream horror movie.
I probably won't watch it. I don't really watch horror movies. They don't interest me.
Like that he's back doing a film role.
Hey, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
More power to him. I like Tim Curry a lot. Next.
Jack Black and Paul Rudd are in talks to star in a new Anaconda movie. The film follows a group of friends facing midlife crisis who decide to go on
Like
to
the director that's directing this.
to go to the rainforest and remake their favourite movie from their youth, Anaconda.
Oh, so it's
That
a
sounds
meta film,
dreadful. I can't wait.
It's a meta film. Sounds shite.
It sounds shite and it sounds glorious.
I mean, the first Anaconda is a terrible film anyway.
Is Anaconda John Voight? Is it him? Is
Yeah,
it?
John Voight.
Yeah.
I think it's J-Lo.
Lopez.
J-Lo, that's it. J-Lo.
Got his name's escaping me now. Wow, Owen Wilson.
I like how you went there. You had to channel it.
Summoned him.
That's because he's an actor, ladies and gentlemen. He summoned him. Wow. Summoned him.
But it's terrible.
Got there.
It's terrible. But
Yeah.
this is what Hollywood should do more of, though. It's just remake shit films, not remake good films.
Yeah, make shit films better. Yeah, absolutely. I agree, mate. I agree. Next.
Lionsgate is pulling the latest Megalopolis trailer offline after inserting fake negative quotes from critics.
This is hilarious, this.
I'm so excited for this film. It sounds like a right clusterfuck.
They said, "We screwed up and we are sorry. The fake quotes from the trailer were AI generated and they have fired the marketing consultant that was responsible."
No fucking way.
Some of the things that came up was Apocalypse Now, and then the quote was an epic piece of trash from the Daily News. The Godfather was a sloppy, self-indulgent movie.
What?
That was said to be from The Voice. Also, The Godfather doesn't know what it wants to be from The Voice. And Apocalypse Now, again, a spectacular failure from the National Review.
That's incredible.
Really not. That's brilliant. Who commissioned the AI writing of that? The fuck, man. Oh, God.
I'm very curious now as to what
I
Megalopolis
can't
actually is.
Yeah,
Are you not? Oh, mate, you're not excited for Megalopolis?
I am. Yeah, just because it sounds like a train wreck.
Yeah, he's funded it himself, completely himself. No studio behind it. He's just put his own money into it.
Yeah.
Fuck,
He's getting on now, isn't he? It's his magnum opus.
Yeah. It's gonna be so fucking cringe to watch. I can't wait. 4-hour epic. Oof. Next.
Forgive me if I get these names wrong.
You
Sandra Hüller, Riz Ahmed, Jesse Plemons, and more to join Tom Cruise for a new Alejandro G. Inarritu movie. Is that correct?
Nailed it.
Thank you. It has no title as yet, but the film's logline suggests the action will centre around the most powerful man in the world who finds himself in a frenzied mission to convince the human race he's their saviour before a disaster he's responsible for destroys everything.
Hang on, is this with Tom Cruise?
Yep.
It's a Scientology film, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, it absolutely is. You going to see it, Biggie?
I probably will. It's a
Unless
great
reviews
cast,
are good.
great director. So
He's a
I mean,
director or a
Battlefield Earth,
Scientologist?
great film. Great film.
that cast is brilliant, and he's a good director. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, he's going to come out of it sticking like, guys, can I talk to you about Xenu? Our Lord and Saviour. Is it Xeno? I think it is Xeno, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I think
Xenu,
so.
yeah.
Get him on the
Biggie.
show. Get Xeno on this podcast now.
Cast the spirits of the Thetans into volcanoes in Earth. That all then got out and got into primitive human bodies, and that's why we have anxiety.
I will never
Oh.
forget South
I've
Park.
got no thetans then.
South Park filling everyone in on what
Yeah.
Scientology was. I'm just putting in big letters. This
This
is what
they believe.
Scientologists actually believe. Oh,
Mate,
I
it's
just,
all
I'm going to
mumbo
review
jumbo.
Dianetics next week.
I've read L. Ron Hubbard's Dianetics.
Any good?
No, it's just a sci-fi thing. It's just fiction. It's just
He's also not a very good author.
he's not good at all. His descriptions are nasty.
it feels just like they went. We wanted to create a secret society and call it a religion for tax
Let's
break.
call it a religion.
Like,
Well,
can we use this story here? And he's just gone, yeah.
Imagine if they picked other books like fucking Twilight instead, and they all become Twilighters or something. That was their religion.
L.
Don't tell Pip.
No.
Furries.
L. Ron Hubbard is quoted something along the line of that, saying like, if you want to really make money, make a religion.
Yeah.
I think we could.
One of his books is about making a religion as well, so I think that's probably where they've got it from. But it's science fiction.
Welcome to the Church of Escapism.
Let's not judge a real, actual, tax-free religion, guys.
If a man wants to make $1 million, the best way would be to start his own religion. All real difficulty stems from no responsibility. Full responsibility is not fault, it is recognition of being cause. That's the quote.
And again,
I read what the made-up religion did in Gadget's novel.
yeah,
It was that, basically.
yeah, and in 50 years' time, they'll pick up the Logan prophecy and be like, "This is what we need to be doing, guys."
Well remembered.
I've read it twice. I've got it physically. If anyone wants to win a copy of Gadget's magnum opus, I'll send it away.
If you want to read a good sci-fi novel, read Gadget's book. It's good.
Oh, thank you.
Good. It's good. It's called the Kama Sutra. It's really good. It's really good.
Called 50 Shades of Grey. Based on life experience.
He's a ghostwriter in it. Like, he's put a fake name. Next.
Gundam's virtual reality movie announces a release date.
What?
Mobile Suit Gundam Silver Phantom. Whilst the movie won't be hitting the silver screen, it's taking the Gundam franchise to a brand new avenue, as the upcoming movie will be in virtual reality.
I like gimmick.
It's a shame Oodles will never watch that because he hates the concept of virtual reality.
He will. I want to see. I want to see you filming it. If you stood in your front room going,
Wow!
"I'm a Gundam."
You've clearly never seen Gundam because no one says I'm a Gundam.
Mummy, wow, I'm a Gundam now.
You need to stop bullying me. But yeah, is it going to be like VR so like you can look up and see the Gundams?
Yeah, that's
like
generally
that?
what VR movies tend to be, yeah.
So it's going to make me sick as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna terrify you because you'll be able to see the actual scale of a Zaku.
But terrified with an erection.
Of course.
the best way to have one.
But it would be a danger one because you'd have a helmet on, you wouldn't know if anyone's walking past you.
Oh, yeah.
God. It's a risk I can't take.
It's also $18 to watch it.
When the wife's like, "Why are you taking the VR into the toilet?" No reason. No reason.
Northman Rob asks, will it feature series favourite John Gundam?
John Gundam's not in it. You've made him up. Stop
Yeah,
being a
get it right.
bully.
It's Rob Gundam.
There is actually a character called Robin Gundam. So, yeah. Next. Stop bullying people.
Well, another of Oodle's favourites, The Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, will apparently be having a new graphic novel called The Dead Shall Rise.
Can't wait.
And this is on Kickstarter, is it?
Kickstarter. Going to be my first thing I ever kickstart ever in my life. Gadget, give me some advice. How do you kickstart something?
You tell them how much that you're going to give them, wait till it completes, and then pay
Couple
them.
of quid? Will they accept a couple of quid?
I mean, there will be a minimum amount.
Oh, fuck.
It's usually tiers, and then it says like.
Oh, is it like Patreon?
Yeah, it's like
Minimum
if you
amount,
donate
usually
five
nothing.
£5 or something, you'll get this. If you donate £10, you'll get this, and maybe a
But I want the book,
credits
so I'm
on
going to
it.
do the whatever the
So,
minimum book tier is.
Yeah,
If you want, you can get a digital PDF for $15.
No, I want the book physically.
140-page hardcover edition featuring Dave Raposa's cover art.
Yes.
$45, and you also get the.
That's
digital,
all right.
You also get the digital PDF as well.
That's all right, and I can send you the PDF, Gadget, so you can read it.
Yeah.
Friends.
There's also a variant version with a different cover by Matthew Theron, which is $75, and that's like super limited edition. There's a signed one by Aaron Lovett, which comes with an additional Raziel print.
All right, okay.
That's $95, and they go way up. Oh, there's there's big amounts. There is a one for $825.
What you get then? A blowjob?
Your soul taken.
You get about 15 hoodies and t-shirts with it, with like different.
I've seen some of the merch in that trailer. Looks amazing.
If you pledge $1,500, you get a replica gold sword.
Oh,
What, the Soul Reaver?
The Reaver sword, replica gold variant.
Hoodles
Fuck
is
off.
now going
Fuck
through
off.
figuring out how we can pledge
My credit
$1,500.
card.
Ultimate fan package comes with a golden goblet, by the looks of it. Hang on. It comes with signed hardcover, picture disc vinyl of a soundtrack related to it, Raziel latex
so
mask,
good.
Kane latex mask, the sword.
A mask?
Yeah, the sword replica.
What?
Clan
It's my
flags,
birthday in November,
all the
everyone.
clothes. Yeah, and a goblet by the looks of it.
Wow. I mean, this is, like I said to Gadget, this is drumming up interest for the actual game franchise, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a good barometer for them, isn't it? And I don't know if any of you guys have, I know Gadget has, but I fucking adore that series.
Yeah, it's so good.
Does it feature series favourite John Soul Reaver?
No, Raziel and Kane. Come on, you know this. You know this. Don't be horrible. But yeah, cool. I'm up for it. I mean, I just love that world. I like vampires. I'm basically like a 17-year-old girl in black. You know, that dresses in black. I'm a little goth girl because I
in there.
I love all the things a 30-something man shouldn't. I love it. I just love it so much. Next,
Finally over to the Weird World Web, and I've got 2 stories for you.
a twofer on a 200th episode live.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
First one,
Looking really
postcard
nice.
finally arrives 121 years after it was sent.
Fucking Royal Mail's getting so slow.
Is that
these
from
days.
Everett?
The Christmas-themed card was delivered to Swansea Building Society's Craddock Street branch last week, even though it's originally sent in 1903, so only just over a century too late.
How does that happen?
Maybe it's
Well,
like
the
that-
Royal Mail said it's likely the postcard would put back into its system rather than being
Yeah, that's what I'm
lost
saying.
in the post
Push back
for
constantly.
over a century.
That's crazy.
What if the postcard goes? But if it's over 100, it's like, please, quick, come! I need your help. I've got 2 weeks. It's like the dead.
They've also said when an item is in our system, we are under obligation to deliver it to the correct address.
What if the address is not there anymore?
I'd just like to inform you that your father's passed away, and these are the funeral arrangements. That's the postcards. Yeah.
Oh, this is the safe code for that safe that I've left in my will to you, and they never knew all this time. And think of the possibility.
The
Do we know
postcard
what the
actually had
postcard
on it-
said? Thank you.
It was written by a man called Ewart or Ewart, who, addressing L, says he is so sorry that he cannot pick up a pair of an unknown item. I'm so sorry, but I hope you're enjoying yourself at home, he adds. He goes on to say that he has about 10 shillings in pocket money, not counting the train fare, so I'm doing all right. He ends the
It
note
says
by
quite a
urging,
lot.
What's 10
Lilia.
shillings in today's money?
he's urging Lilia to
great.
remember me to Mrs. Gilbert and John with love to all.
To Messrs,
Aw.
not Mrs.
So
Oh,
he
messes, sorry.
said on there that he couldn't pick up an item, so they were just sat there waiting for him to come round like a Facebook marketplace.
Yeah.
When they don't turn up.
Bloody tire kickers.
And like skeletons from Fallout still sitting there.
Oh,
10 shillings is about 50p.
50p, 10 bob. It's loads that. It's fucking loads of money.
It took me a while to realise in Thank Goodness You're Here that
Everything is
cost
10 bob.
It is 10 bob in that game.
Mate, when I was a
How much
kid,
is that going to
everything
be?
was 10 bob.
10 bob.
Yeah. That's a mad story. I mean, again, not a great advertisement for the Royal Mail, but I don't think it's the same Royal Mail it used to be anymore, is it? It's probably owned by an American or something. Next.
Residents hit out at plans for a penis-shaped estate.
What?
Campaigners have hit out for plans for a new housing estate in Telford, with some saying they're unsure what is most inappropriate, the proposal itself or the fact that if you look at it from the map viewpoint, It is in fact shaped like a penis.
And just for the people who are watching it on the stream, I have actually set up a scene where you can see that. If I get the news article up, you can see that, yes.
Are you putting a penis on Twitch? Are we going to get in trouble?
No, I'm putting a map that looks like a penis on Twitch. But yes, it does look a little bit like a slightly wonky penis.
Most penises are wonky, Gadget. You've seen loads.
Yeah, but this it shouldn't have this kind of angle in the middle of it.
Council documents for the 250 home plan reveal a phallic shape, leaving locals wondering, they say, whether the design is deliberate. Critics of the proposal suggest size really does matter, saying the estate would be too big and put a strain on local infrastructure. Some have stated they're even thinking of a risque campaign that would label the project a flop.
Yeah, this is terrible. If you think about it, though, the phallic shape, I'm looking down like a bird's eye view of it, like a cul-de-sac. It's perfect, isn't it?
Yeah. What's the actual cul-de-sac going to be called? Do we know?
Cock Lane.
Cock and balls.
Cock-de-sac.
Cock-de-sac.
Don't know.
Shaftwood Lane.
Shaftwood Lane. Rock Hard Lane. I don't know. But that's
Knob End. That's what.
Knob End. I'm having it.
Knob End. Yeah.
Yeah. Urethra Drive? No, it's too far.
Massive cock drive.
So go into the chat. Jukeski says Bell End. Debbie Punk says Phallic Drive.
I like that.
He also says, "What up? We're the cool estate. Looking for other cool estates." Reference. Northern Ross.
Cockermouth Avenue.
Yeah, Northern Ross is Cockermouth.
That's a real place.
Mr. Worldwide himself, Planty's joined the chat, and he just says, "Suck the kink out of it, Oodles."
I would.
And then he previously just said, like 17-year-old goth girls, Oodles. I'm not really sure what he's referring to with that.
Because I said I was like a 17-year-old goth girl.
All right. Kieran has said, "Hello, chums. I've been with my missus' family all day, and now she and her brother and sister are downstairs. I've told them I need some Kieran time, so here I am. Welcome, Kieran."
Do they think he's wanking?
How do we know he's not?
I think.
Mum, I'm talking to my friends. Leave me alone.
I think Nimrod Hicks is one.
Yeah, cul-de-sac. Yeah, that works.
Cul-de-sac's brilliant. Yeah.
Like
Nimrod Hicks, you have won a signed copy of Gadget's book. But it's signed by me. Oh, dear. Let's get on with the section of the show we affectionately call Nexus. But I always forget that it's called the Nexus. But what have we been doing this week? And I want to start with the gobshite herself. Candy, have you had an absolute great week?
Absolutely jam-packed. I've been spending a lot of time on YouTube this week. Firstly, I've been watching Gadget's new Magnum Anus. His
That's not the saying.
That's a very different. Are you sure you're not being on Pornhub?
A little bit of that as well, Alex.
Send me the link.
And the hamster one, which I'm not going to name because Twitch. No, I discovered actually I think it's a 5-part documentary called Bridging the Rift about Arcane, and it's how it came to be, and it goes into detail about the animation studio, the voice actors. It's really probably about sort of 2-3 hours long. They're half-hour episodes. Really interesting. As you know, I love Arcane, and I love the creative process. Thanks for that.
Who did that?
Sorry, that was me. There's too many things to mute, and I'm full of beer and I'm burping. So I muted the stream, but I forgot to mute Discord. Apologies.
Thought it was one of the barking spiders on the wall. So yeah, Bridging the Rift, the Arcane documentary, is very, very good if you want a little
Bridging the Rift. And I still need to finish Arcane itself, don't I?
Yes.
Have you not? Especially before November.
I got to the second episode, didn't I?
So it's the third one where it really takes off.
Right. You've got to wait for the good stuff.
It's good from the
but you actually
start.
do, though. It's good from the start. However, the third episode, magnifique. But the main thing I've done this week is watch the third in the X trilogy from A24 called Maxine. So the first film, Pearl, second film, X.
Yeah.
Third, Maxine.
Watch that this week. I didn't get. A chance,
I've seen Pearl.
I've seen
Pearl.
It's again starring Mia Goth in the main role.
Girl with no eyebrows, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah, I'm just trying to.
That's how I know it.
Maxine Minks is her name, and she's a adult actress who's suddenly
right.
trying to break her way into conventional Hollywood acting. At the same time, there is a serial killer who's offing adult actresses, a few of which she works with, so she becomes a suspect in the police's investigations. It is the probably highest budget, low budget seeming film. So I'll just read off the cast. You've got Mia Goth, Elizabeth Debicki, Moses Sumney, Michelle Monaghan, Bobby Cannavale, Halsey, Lily Collins, Giancarlo Esposito, and Kevin Bacon.
That's how you read names, Biggie. That's how you read names.
Done like a pro. They are all absolutely chewing the scenery. They are really. It's kind of like. The low budgetness almost lends itself to it being a bit of a pantomime, like it does err on the side of silliness sometimes.
I
but
think
it's
Pearl's
also
a bit like that though. Pearl's a bit
exactly
like low budget. It reminds me of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre in scope and cinematography.
It's exactly like that, and it doesn't shy away from the fact that it really leans into the sort of low budgetness of it. But if you like the other two, you will like this. It's great. It's set in 1985 Hollywood, and I imagine it encapsulates it perfectly. It starts off with Dee Snider being interviewed about satanic music, because there's sort of satanic undertones throughout the whole thing. And it's a lot of fun. It's not. It is a horror film. It's not too grisly. However, there are a couple of scenes where it's just, especially if you're a guy, it's just it's a bum clencher.
I think she said that she didn't think it was a horror film, really.
I would say
Like
probably more
sense. Yeah.
More like a thriller.
Yes, definitely more. Yeah, crime thriller with horror scenes, but
no eyebrows.
And no eyebrows. Oh, she's lush. I love Mia Goth.
You're very focused on the no eyebrows.
I just think it's a fascinating choice.
She does grow them back every. She's got them at the moment.
Yeah, I know. I just think it's fascinating. I think she's very beautiful and talented.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like the first two movies.
Kevin Bacon plays a private detective. The cartoonishness of it is so laughably exquisite. You can just like him and Giancarlo are just absolutely adoring their roles.
We talked about Kevin Bacon on Modern Escapism, man. That man likes to chew, doesn't he?
Oh, he loves to chew, doesn't he? I love a bit of bacon.
Yeah, I like it.
Underrated bacon.
Yeah. I like him. A lot of time for him.
But that's my week. If you're an A24 fan, and if you like the other films, and if you haven't seen Pearl, X, or Maxine, it doesn't matter if you haven't actually seen the other ones. They're kind of tangentially
it's a spiritual
linked.
Trilogy, isn't it?
Yeah, but please do watch it because they're all great. Love them all. I spoke about Pearl before.
Yes,
that's probably my favourite of the trilogy.
Oh, I've seen them both. I've seen X and Pearl.
Yeah, I think I read it out of order. I think X came out first, but Pearl
X did, and that's my favourite.
Cool.
I like
them both. I liked them both. I like low budget horrors, but not when it's like Blood Fart Lake budget.
Like, well, that just wasn't a budget.
See, you like some budget, not a great deal of budget.
But they probably had a good budget and they made it look. Like,
I think that's exactly they made
retro.
X was like
they've all got my shirt on.
Chainsaw Massacre kind of vibe to it, the way it was filmed, and then Pearl had the sort of 40s, 50s, was it? I can't quite remember.
Yeah, it was a bit Hitchcocky, wasn't it?
And that's referenced again in Maxine as well. Like this sort of, she becomes this Hitchcockian looking kind of blonde, short-haired actress.
I'll watch that. So I complete the trilogy. Into it. Excellent. Stegosaurus.
I went to watch Alien Romulus.
You went to the cinema. Cinema guy went to the cinema. Who is shook?
Yeah. And I pretty much agree with everything Gadget said. Easily the third best Alien film. Pays a lot of homage to Alien and Aliens, and even I like the fact that it didn't shy away from Prometheus.
It does it well, doesn't it?
Yes, the way that it brings it, that's pretty deep.
Because, like I said to Gadget last week, they have to talk about it because it's now law, isn't it? But if they can do it well,
Yeah, it
That's
just
how you get away with it, isn't it?
without being spoilery on it, they basically apply the same factors that it's only 20 years after Alien. They're just like, hey, there's this thing that Weyland Yutani have. We don't really know what it is, but we've been experimenting on it. That's all they talk about with like the black goo and stuff like that. So
that's all right then. I can dig that.
Big Alien Isolation vibes, which I dug, and yeah, I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah,
I thought it was really good. There's one line which is shit. Didn't need it. I think everyone knows what that line is now. And I wasn't too bothered by a certain choice that they made, other than every now and again they kind of, like Gadget said, the CGI for it was just a bit iffy. But in general, like, I was fine with it all. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. The
most of my pals have said they really enjoyed it. And
really
you're included as my pals, you two. I'm not like saying you're not.
Kieran's asking, was the line as good / bad as "Let me do the fingering"? Better than that, but still not a good choice.
Yeah.
Oh, classic. You blow, I'll do the fingering.
And the very final act is horrific.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, I won't say why, but it's just nightmare inducing, in my opinion.
That sounds like it's something to do with penises.
No.
Oh.
Okay. So yeah, that was that. And then the only other thing I've done this week is I watched a show that came out in April, which seemed to have come and gone, and everyone seemed to just completely ignore, mainly because of the service it's on. This week, for some reason, I watched Knuckles.
Oh.
Knuckles? Yeah. What's that about?
As in Sonic Knuckles.
Oh, the echidna.
Yeah.
More fingering.
Jesus.
Yeah, the spin-off TV show from the Sonic films.
Idris Elba's Knuckles.
Yeah, Idris Elba's Knuckles, yeah. It's a 6-part TV show. It stars Idris Elba still as Knuckles, and it's got Adam Pally as Wade Whipple, so he's like the hapless policeman from the first two.
Yeah.
And they kind of go on a bit of a road trip. Knuckles is trying to teach Wade to be a warrior because he's kind of failing at things, and he's trying to be he's trying to get to Reno to a bowling championship, but he gets kicked out of the team by Jack Sinclair, who's played by Julian Barrett, who is just basically channeling the Mighty Boosh in this. His character is full on. It is a Mighty Boosh character.
Has he got shorts on and stuff like it's in my?
No, he's got like a
cardigan.
He's got like a mustache with long hair, and he's got like a leather jacket and leather waistcoat. And
I love Howard Moon so much.
And there's a big song. He does a big song and dance number. Like literally,
do you love me?
It's a full on song and dance number with featuring Barry Manilow as well. So.
Nice.
Is this actually in the show, or did you get high?
No, like this,
you've been acting again, Stig. I've told you before.
Sounds like a fever dream.
It also stars Kid Cudi. It stars Ellie Taylor, who you might remember. She's from God, what's it called? Ted Lasso. Sorry,
Ted Lasso.
Just the love interest that Ted has. That,
yes, I do.
Yeah. So it stars her. So her and Kid Cudi are the bad guys. Rory McCann is also in there as another bad guy. It's got quite a stacked cast. Christopher Lloyd.
Are you seeing Knuckles? The animated show is good.
So Christopher Lloyd plays Chief. I'm going to try and get this one. Pacha Chakamak. He's like the spirit that talks to Knuckles. So yeah, and it starts off with Knuckles in the Sonic home. He's with Sonic and Sonic and Tails, and he can't kind of figure out life. He still thinks he's a warrior. He still thinks, I've got to train, I've got to fight everyone.
Yeah, because you were like that in the film, wasn't he? Just
he's dead serious, and he still has that. The thing that I really like about Knuckles and what they did with Knuckles in that film is he is dead serious in a world which is stupid and slapstick.
Yes,
his response to everything is just, and the way Idris Elba delivers it, it just makes me laugh like every time. Are
you really saying that Knuckles is this generation's Leslie Nielsen?
No.
he does that, doesn't he?
I'm glad he wasn't saying that.
But it's like, it's the way he just says no when they ask him a question. He just goes, no. And that's it. Like, there's no explanation. He'll just say no, and it's just like it's so blunt. It's funny.
Yeah.
The problem with this show is it's weird. It doesn't fit the tone of the Sonic films. So even in this universe where you do have a wacky character like Dr. Robotnik, the villains in this show feel like caricatures. They feel too slapstick. The action and the kind of violence in it is very Saturday morning cartoon. Like people bouncing off things and like being electrocuted and smashing through stuff, but not being hurt whatsoever. They're just kind of bouncing around. They're being smashed up by Knuckles. Will smash the shit out of someone, and then it's nothing. Do you know what I mean? It's a weird tone. The tone is really, really weird. The ending felt super rushed as well. Like they just had to quickly get this final fight in and this last scene, and it ends, which was just an odd choice. But it did make me laugh. Oh,
that's what it's all about.
Carrie Elwes as well comes into it in the last two episodes as this over the top brash bowler. He's like he's putting on a big posh British accent and he's wandering around in like a Union Jack suit and everything, and everyone in Reno loves him. He's like a local celebrity.
Is this like fucking Kingpin or like Big Lebowski?
It is really weird. And it has a whole message in there about finding yourself, and like for Wade especially, it's like about him kind of finding himself and being a warrior, like coming out your shell and all that crap. But it wasn't half bad.
What's it on again? What's
on Paramount? It's 6 episodes. They're about half an hour each. It's 6 to 7 out of 10. But I enjoyed my time with it. If you liked Sonic 1 and 2, you'll get a kick out of it. If you like them, but you can't be asked to watch this, you're not missing anything. But
yeah.
I think it would have served better as a film, a road trip
standalone
film. Yeah, rather than doing 6 episodes. You could have trimmed a lot of fat out of this.
Okay.
But yeah, an enjoyable TV show that kept me entertained in the gym. So.
Oh, you didn't even watch it with kids?
No.
No.
I don't have Paramount on anything. I've got it on my phone. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I might have to try and figure out how to get it on the TV or the consoles, but I've got the app and I just logging through my dad's login. So
I really like them first Sonic films, so I'll probably watch this.
I think
I like them.
Enjoy it. Like I said, the tone is a little bit wackier.
Yeah.
But Knuckles is still really fun in it.
I like having a straight man in that kind of weird way. It's a good vibe.
Yeah,
I'm into it.
It probably should have been called Wade and Knuckles or Knuckles and Wade because it's more about him than it is Knuckles. So
okay, feeling it, mate. I'm into it. Cool. I'll go next. I've watched a film and completed a computer game. Film first. A film starring Halle Berry, J.K. Simmons, and Mark Wahlberg. Directed by Julian Farino, best known for directing Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I'm talking about the film, next Netflix film, The Union.
The Union?
Have we seen this?
Have
anyone seen it? It's come out this week. It's come out this week. So, it's Mark Wahlberg. It's a Mark Wahlberg vehicle. Mike, played by Mark Wahlberg, is a down-to-earth construction worker.
Of course.
What's that place next to New York?
New Jersey.
New Jersey, that's the place. That one. And he's thrust into the world of super spies and secret agents when his high school sweetheart, Halle Berry, recruits him on a high-stakes U.S. intelligence mission.
Fuck off.
The Union. Do not watch this film. It is fucking shit.
From the description, I would not watch this film.
Sometimes me and the lady, we sit down, she's like, so I'll put a film on, I'm like, you pick. And I always regret it. I always regret it. She's like, I like Mark Wahlberg.
Tigerland says, sounds amazing. He's just in it for the Halle Berry.
Halle Berry, and I've never said this ever, she's the best thing in this. And that's saying something. She's not the best thing in X-Men. Yes, but she didn't for X-Men, did she?
No. Or Catwoman.
Oh, Catwoman.
Or
She's the
Swordfish.
best thing in this. She's sassy. She's a woman in power. She's not in peril in any way. She's the secret agent, but she was Mark Wahlberg's childhood sweetheart. And basically, this is the Americans trying to do their own Kingsman and failing massively.
But we had that with Kingsman 2, and that failed miserably.
Yeah, so imagine this though, Gadget. Mark Wahlberg thrust into downtown London against his whim and like going into a London cafe and saying, "What's brown sauce? I never even heard of brown sauce."
Oh, is that what that's from? I seen that clip on TikTok today.
Yes.
Has that gone viral?
They're like, "Do you want red ketchup or brown sauce?" He's like, "Ketchup," and then he's like, "What's brown sauce?" Like,
what's brown sauce? Those kind of. And guess what, guys, you'll never guess what when he gets in a car. Guess what? He drives the wrong side of the road.
No.
Oh, yes. I know. I've never seen that before in a film ever. This film is fucking dog shit. Absolute dog shit. It's one of the worst films I've ever seen. But again, Halle Berry's the best thing. J.K. Simmons is shit in it.
Oh,
I don't believe it.
That's bad.
I don't believe it.
He is. He's shit in it. He's shit in it. It's just really fucking bad. I can't recommend it, but we promised each other that we'd do new things for this 200th special, and I gave her the remote, and I'm never doing it again. I'm never doing it again. Last week, when I got the remote, I said, "Do you want to watch June for the first time?" She went, "I'm not into it." She fucking loved it. Did I love The Union? Mark Wahlberg's The Union? No. No. Next week, we'll be watching June Part 2. Something she'll love.
Your first mistake was any film starring Mark Wahlberg.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know. The Departed's good.
Yeah, he's good in that. That's about it.
Is that the one? I'm thinking now. Is there any good Mark Wahlberg
I like
films?
Other Guys.
Other Guys is good. Yeah, Other Guys is good. But yeah, that is. But yeah, when Halle Berry's the only saving grace in the film, there's something wrong with that, isn't there?
Very much so. Very, very much so.
Kicks ass. I mean, Gadget and Biggie won't like it because it turns into Fast and Furious really fast, really quickly into the film. It's just car chase after car chase after car chase.
Does it get
on the wrong side of the road? Furiously. It's just, I can't recommend it, but I did it. This next thing, the main thing I want to talk about, is something I can recommend. A computer game. Who remembers when this dropped a few years ago? The Invincible.
Yes.
Oh, the space thingy on Mars.
Stanislav Lem's The Invincible. So Stanislav Lem, the author, wrote The Invincible book in 1964. You might have to check my sources on that one. It is an engrossing, hard sci-fi that deals with the concept of necroevolution, and it explores a number of other ideas that were quite ahead of their time back in the 60s. It is a walking simulator. If you don't like them, it's not for you. Now, I will say this off the bat. This is probably the best walking simulator I've ever played. And I like the genre.
I've got this on my wish list.
I like the genre. Now, I've got to say that with a lot of caveats, because if you're not into retrofuturism, if you're not into 1950s style, Man on the Moon, Jules Verne, H.G. Wells type of sci-fi, you won't like it. You simply won't like it. But I know Gadget is.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I know you're into that. Basically, you basically you wake up on this planet, Regis 3. It's a desert planet, a bug planet. It's not a bug planet. I just like to say it. And she's got amnesia, and then you've got to find your space crew because she knows there's a crew. All she's got. The main character, I do apologise, I forget her name, but she's fantastically voice acted. The whole thing is fantastically voice acted. By the way, it's only a 6-hour-ish game.
Yasna, yeah, she's brilliant. She makes this game for me. She wakes up, she's got amnesia, she don't know why she's waking up. I mean, this planet, Regis 3, you can technically breathe on it, but there's a lot of methane in the air, so if you've got your helmet off for too long, for like 3 hours, you'll get methane poisoning. So it's best to have your visor up as much as you can. Yeah, like I say, you basically wake up, you don't know where you are. You've got your journal to tell you what you've done so far before the game even starts, and you've got to pick up the pieces and find your crew and find out what's happened to your crew. Why is this happening? Why is that happening? And it's one of those walking simulators where and I know they all say it, but every choice literally does matter.
the game's got like 10 endings. So things you do leading up to the ending gives you that particular ending, as you all know how games work. But I'll tell you what, this is the most realised and hard as fuck sci-fi I've ever played. Like, you're slow on this planet because it's a planet, and the G's it's 1G or something like that. So you're a lot slower. You can pick up your crewmates if you need to pick up your crewmates, even though you're like a frailer person. You eventually you're contacted by your commander that's orbiting the planet, and he talks you through. He's like, why can't you remember, Yaz? And this is what we were doing, blah, 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 blah. And it just unravels this mystery about necroevolution. I don't know if you know what necroevolution is, but it's a fantastic thing. It's basically where, like...
Don't spoil the concepts for me. I want to get
No,
into this.
I'm not going to spoil the concept, but necroevolution, it's fascinating anyway. It's fascinating. It's just one of those, like most walking simulators, if you haven't got the patience to walk, it's not for you, because it's not fast paced. It's not.
Do you walk faster than everybody's gone to the Rapture? Because I got through that game.
Yes,
then that's fine.
You do. There is a sprint button, so don't panic.
There was a sprint button, and it didn't sprint you at all.
The best thing about this is that while you're walking, Yasna's constantly talking to herself. She's constantly talking to crew members. She's constantly. There's never a moment where nothing's being said, nothing's done. But the scenery, it's beautiful. It's like I don't know if you've seen the graphics to it. It's like a weird quasi cell shaded, not quite. It's not photorealistic. Everything looks like stylized. Everything looks like the Jetsons. Like, you see the spaceships and the habitats that they're living on this planet, and you're like, that wouldn't work. That's a tent. Do you know what I mean? It wouldn't work. And there's like, the robots look like Jetsons. It's the best way to explain it. Jetsons robots. And the whole game has a vibe and kind of a story similar to Rendezvous with Rama, which, as you all know, is my favourite book of all time. So it's the hardest of hard sci-fi. Again, I must stress this. Do not play it if you want space aliens and you want fucking super lasers and this and that, because it's not about that. You're a science team. You're not a military team. You're not Master Chief, Gadget.
You're a nerd.
You're a fucking super nerd. And I genuinely think it's fun. I think it's their first game, the guys who made it. And it's the Polish, obviously. It's a Polish book as well. I read the book years and years and years ago, so I think this is the prequel to the book. If I recall, I can't quite remember. I think the book's different. I don't know if it's just different or this is the prequel to the book, because it seems like one of the endings I got felt like the start to the book that I read about 10, 15 years ago. I can't remember. I'll have to reread it. But genuinely, if you want 6 hours, I mean, I got it for 15 quid. If you want 6 solid hours of just fucking the hardest Gadget, like when you find fucking drones, space drones, the land, and your commander's like, see what it's been capturing on the drones, and you know what it captures? It captures like slides rather than video. You have to look at slides.
It's fucking brilliant.
It's proper good, and all the buttons are like proper
big clicky things.
There is interaction. Do you know what I mean? There is things to do. You don't just walk. There is a lot of things to click on and stuff. And all the way through the game, a comic book's in the background, which is your journal, a comic book, and you can, once you finish the game, you read the comic book. And it took me about 15 minutes to read everything I'd done, but it's just beautiful. It's fucking brilliant. I don't know how it reviewed. At
Very
all.
Positive.
Oh, there you go. I just genuinely think it's brilliant.
Steam, it's very positive.
Yeah.
Steam. Yeah, it's about 7 out of 10 on Metacritic.
For 15 quid. It's, if you're into that genre, and I have to stress, if you are not into hard sci-fi, don't bother. This is not it's not Alien versus Predator. You know what I mean? It's not RoboCop. This is fucking John Carter on Mars, not the Disney version. I reckon, Gadget, you will love it. Genuinely love it. The concepts that it talks about, like the humanness about it, and should humans even be on this planet? That kind of, existential stuff. Oh, you'll swallow it up. You'll gobble it up all. And I think some people in this chat and some people in our community would like it as well.
Fair enough.
I just really, The Invincible, if you don't know what I said, it's fucking brilliant. And the book was good. but I read that years ago. I don't know if it holds up. But yeah, that's what my week's. What are you chucking? What are you chucking?
I just drop me fidget thing.
Stop
Playing
fidgeting.
D&D.
Yeah. Oh, Jack Chambers
Deception
like Invincible as well. So another man of taste. Who's played it? There you go. There you go. Biggie, have you had the most jam-packed week imaginable?
Kind of. So
No.
I finished Cobra Kai, the final season so far, because I didn't realise it stopped.
You fucking
Nice one.
slammed through
Everything comes to an end, mate.
I literally said it last week.
I didn't catch that at all, sorry.
During our conversation about it, I said I was annoyed that it stopped.
So I thought you meant just
Listen.
that whole thing, but yeah, it's still full of multiple betrayals, and if Kreese doesn't join Miyagi-Do by the end of the final season, I don't know, it's missed a bit there, but yeah. Finished that. Finished Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm really sad that I finished it. What a game.
Sorry, I
Love
was
that.
laughing at Tig. Nobody listens to you, Stick.
that.
Evidently not.
Who said that? Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. You did a joke.
There
You
it
did a
is.
bit. You did a bit.
Did a biggie bit.
A biggie bit.
Yeah. Baldur's Gate 3, just 195 hours according to
We're
PlayStation.
bringing new things to the show this week, mate.
So, I've watched 2 films this week.
Fucking hell. New ones are
One-
like from the 60s.
One today. So, I've watched Longlegs finally.
The long legs.
Oh, I
yeah.
want to see this.
It hit
I
the
was going to go to the
streams.
cinema to see this, but I went to the pub instead.
Yeah, it went to streams as of yesterday. It's a 2024 American horror thriller film directed and written by Osgood Perkins, who, if you don't know, is the son of Anthony Perkins. He, a famous psycho.
Yeah, I know
And
that.
stars Micah Monroe, Nicolas Cage, Blair Underwood, and Alicia Witt, to name a few.
Before you talk about this film, I've been told not to research anything about this film, so are you just going to spoil that for everyone now?
Yeah, try to do it without spoiling anything because I've heard it's.
I've
So-
been told not to talk about it at all.
So it's set in the 1990s, and it follows an FBI
Okay.
agent tasked with tracking down an occultist serial killer responsible for murdering multiple families throughout the state of Oregon. She seems to have some sort of psychic abilities, which is referenced very early in the film, and then the rest of the film will sort of explain that. The only thing I can really mention is that this is clearly inspired by things like Silence of the Lambs, Seven, Zodiac, and any sort of serial killer type story. There's a lot of influences here, and it's for the right reasons. It's obviously with Osgood Perkins having being sort of family influenced by that as well. It's like a love letter to all those sort of things. It's very dark. It's very trippy in a lot of ways. And a lot of people, the sort of trailer makes it feel very Silence of the Lambsy, and I would actually say that's there, but it's a real slow burner of a movie, and it's very twisty turny, very riveting. But I think the cinematography and the acting is better than the plot. Is all I will say.
Okay.
Nicolas Cage.
But I
isn't
do,
it?
yes, he's in
Yeah.
it as well. I do
Spoiler
recommend
alert.
this to anyone that's a fan of those type of films. It's very dark. Yeah, it's really good. It's a good watch, and it is good to sort of pretty much leave it at that. Don't read any more about it. I've tried not to spoil or anything because it's a very hard thing to talk about without spoiling it.
Yeah, that's
But
what
I really liked it.
I read
It's
a
not
review
as
with
good.
someone literally wrote less than you've just said now. Like, I don't want to spoil it for you. Watch it. That's what he said in the review.
Yeah, but I just think just expect a slightly different film to the influences that are there. Is all I will
Yeah.
say.
That's
The
that's enough.
cinematography, I would say, is almost the star of the. Oh, and the sound as well. I just think, yeah, it's definitely an experience watching that film. Is what I will say.
Okay. Into it.
But the other film that I do want to talk about is Kill. I'm
Kill.
sorry about the sort of the slightly dark themes
Kill?
that are running through this.
Are you
But-
having a bad week, mate? Are you okay?
Yeah. Kill is a 2024 Indian Hindi language action thriller. Film directed by Nikhil Nagesh Bhatt and produced by Karan Johar, Guneet Monga, Apurva Mehta, and Achin Jain under the Dharma Productions and Sikya Entertainment.
You
It's
know.
inspired by true events Bart has said in an interview that the film is inspired by a real life train robbery he experienced back in '95, and it stars Lakshya in his feature film debut with Raghav Juyal, Ashish Vijayathi, Harsh Jaya, Tanya Manikatala, and Abhishek Chauhan. And I'm sorry if I've mispronounced any of those.
I think you got them all right.
What a week for you to bring.
Tell me about it. So basically, the premise is Amit Rathod is an NSG commando who, upon learning that his girlfriend Talika is engaged against her will, boards a new Delhi-bound train with her in a quest to stop the arranged marriage. When a gang of knife-wielding bandits led by a psychopath Fanny begins to terrorise the passengers on the train, Amrit and his friends...
Say that again?
Begins to terrorise the passengers on the train.
The psychopath. What's the word after psychopath?
What?
His name is Fanny. Fani.
Oh, I thought you were calling him a Fanny.
Psychopathic Fanny.
Amrit and his friend Viresh take on the bandits to save the passengers, and a brutal fight ensues. This is basically Die Hard, The Raid, and a little sprinkle of Train to Busan. It's incredible choreography, really great acting from the main cast, whether it's the chemistry between the romantic couple, the friendship between the two heroes, or the bickering between the families of the bandits, whilst also pointing out the subtle differences between the classes. So basically, whilst they're on board this train, some bandits also are on the train. They shut down, I think, pretty much. It's a bit hard to follow at times because of all the different carriages and what happens in them. It's not always clear at which part of the train you're in, but they basically kind of shut down part of the train. They use technology to cut off phone signals so people can't call for help. And then while this train is on its journey, shit kicks off. And the character Amrit is basically pushed to the point of no return, and it gets brutal. And it very much reminded me of The Raid, but it is excellent. It is so good, really exciting. Even when no one's safe, no character is safe in this, trust me. And yeah, it's a really, really great film. Really exciting.
I'm looking at the main guy now on the front cover of it. He is handsome.
He's hot, yeah. I mean, he comes
hot.
from apparently some TV stuff, so this is his first feature film. And he's really good as the
he looks
the main guy.
He's nearly as buff as Stig. Nearly.
But yeah, the fighting in the train is fantastic. Excellent use of the tight environment. There's weapons, which obviously makes it difficult in that environment as well. So it looks really nasty at times how people... I assume there may be a few cuts and bruises in real life, but how accidents didn't happen, I don't know. There's some really nasty things happen to people.
Probably did.
Particularly nasty death from a fire extinguisher and lighter fuel, to name a couple.
Nice.
Oh. But
I'll watch this.
Really exciting. If you're a massive fan of The Raid, and it's got the setup like Die Hard, guy out of his depth in the sense of it's what's actually kicking off on the train is really, really well
come out
done.
to the train, have a few drinks, have a few laughs.
But yeah, it's really good, and the even the bandits as well. You kind of feel when some of the bandits get taken out as well, because you
feel sorry for the bandits
because they're like a lot of family relations are involved in this.
Yeah.
They're sort of like a family of bandits, different people of different connections, and even they get upset and they feel like they're out of their depth and they need to all get off the train. And yeah, it's really, really good.
Is he better than Cobra Kai?
Fuck yeah. But yeah, if you remember when Stig reviewed RRR, and like how
what you mean when he blew up in India?
If you remember how good that film is, well, this
since then Stig's been the Sultan.
Up there. He has. We still get comments now
Not
from
entirely
YouTube
sure
about,
it works that way.
I don't know how it works, but it works. He's now the king of India.
Yeah, I love this. I thought this was a great film. Really action orientated.
I'm into it, mate. I will. Yeah, excellent.
Highly recommended.
Kill. It's called Kill, not The Kill, isn't it? Kill.
Yep,
no, The Kill is that song by 30 Seconds to Mars.
Which we don't recommend.
No, we do not.
I like it.
Of course you do. Gosh, you fucking do.
Annoyingly good.
You've been doing this fun-filled week.
A couple of things. So, one of them was I finally launched my YouTube channel, which I've been trying to do for the last 8 months. He's always fucking
selling.
Yeah, I'm selling me.
We've sold 3 copies of his book tonight, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm making mint.
So I started Gadget on Gaming, which is my video essay channel. And I put my first video up, which was about Armored Core 6 Fires of the Rubicon, because I clearly haven't talked about that game enough.
And your next one's about Dead or Alive Extreme Volleyball? I believe.
No, it's about EVE Online.
Same thing.
It's
Very
really
similar
not.
games.
I think it has a bit of a crossover audience, but no, it's not the same thing.
Definitely not.
The kind of people who don't leave basements. It was a really interesting experience writing a video essay. It was 26 pages of commentary I wrote, and then realised I had 40 hours of gameplay footage to edit down to 2 hours long. It's taken me months.
It was
Do you know
very
what I
soothing
noticed?
to listen to.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
he's got a beautiful voice. I mean, that's why he was king of call centers back in the day. But do you know what I did notice? Your consistency with your video was you stuck to your yellow paint on your mech. So it made it easier for people that have not for someone like me that's used to that game, but someone that isn't used to that game. You could continuously follow Raven. And I thought that was a really smart little move that you did. I don't know if you did it intentionally, but it made it really engaging to watch.
It wasn't intentional for the sake of the video. It was intentional for me.
So you know that you were you.
Well, yeah, because I'm colorblind. So
that's what I thought.
Some of the boss fights are proper particle effect spam.
You're insane.
And it was the Sea Spider boss fight, which that one got me to right. I can't have kind of grey mechs because I can't see it with all the coral fire.
That's the first gate for me in that game.
I literally just found a bright yellow color for my mech, and ever since then my mech's been yellow.
Your mech looked like you were sponsored by Cat.
Yeah,
the construction brand.
But it meant in the fights I could see the fucker, so that's all that was important.
Good. It was consistent all the way through it.
Yeah,
because I watched the whole thing, 2 hours of beauty. That's what it was.
Thank you, Jack. Jack James, I would love to do a video essay channel. Can't wait to watch yours. I didn't realize it already launched. Yes, it launched yesterday. So,
Jack, it's sensational. I watched it before bed, and I had dreams about it. I've told Gadget about it. I had dreams about it. It got in my head.
It makes me feel awkward when you have dreams about me. You keep telling me about them, and they're filthy.
That said, it is the kind of channel, and I don't mean it in a disrespectful way, but I mean it in the most loving way.
Though.
I could absolutely go to bed and fall asleep listening. Because it's very calm and very soothing and informative.
What Gadget does in that, and I'm not saying you tone down how you speak or anything like that, but you don't talk like you do on this podcast because you're not talking to us. You're not having a conversation.
It's me telephone.
It's a deliberate, elevated Geordie accent, and it's very soothing on the ears.
And to be fair, Candy, I go to bed listening to video essays, so I've curated.
You knew what
I knew what I wanted to do. I also have curated a playlist of ones where they talk about the game. They don't necessarily have all the gunfire happening, because that does tend to wake you up. So that's out now. So the channel's called Gadget on Gaming, and the video is Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon 1 year later. Because
every single one of you in this chat, and every single one of you that listens to this in the future, subscribe right now. We'll wait. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. But the main thing that I did, because we had to do something new, I watched one of those films that's terrible, but I had a good time with it. You know, not a Candy film.
Not like Bloodfart.
Not like Bloodfart. This one's one where, when you break it down, objectively look at it, nothing's good in it.
I know what you're saying.
But I had a good time with it. So I watched Jackpot, which is a new film on Amazon Prime.
That was another one that I'd heard about.
You don't have to watch The Union, just watch Jackpot instead by the sounds of things.
So Jackpot is a brand new film. It only came out this week. It's directed by, you'll tell by the director that it's not going to be good because it's directed by
Uwe Boll.
No, Paul Feig.
Oh no!
Him of Ghostbusters 2016 fame.
Yes, Stig loved that.
It stars.
I think it do Spy. Spy's great.
True, yeah.
Spy is good, actually. Shit.
He did do Aquafina. It stars Aquafina, John Cena, and Simu Liu.
Oh.
And this is so. You know how I like my dystopian films?
Yeah, dystopian.
Yeah, I've never encountered a dystopian comedy.
They don't exist.
This one. So, the film is set in the near future. Apparently in 2026, we're due for a massive global recession. which cripples the world. It's not like we haven't lived through 3 of them already, but okay. But apparently this one is so bad that in 2030, the financially desperate government of California creates the deadly Grand Lottery. So each lottery day, the winner must survive until sundown. Anyone with a losing ticket can kill the winner to claim the multi-million-dollar prize instead, but no one's allowed to use guns.
Why am I fucking intrigued?
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to kill other contestants.
Yeah.
You can only kill the winner.
And you're
it's
telling
legal.
me John Cena's in this?
John Cena's in this.
I'm so in.
So, I mean, the opening sequence that kind of gives you the explanation of it actually has Sean William Scott as a winner. So it's nice to see him getting some work.
I thought you were dead.
Well, he's done this.
His career is.
So John Cena plays... so the film primarily focuses around Katie Kim, who's played by Awkwafina. She's like a former child actor who's come back to Los Angeles to try and audition for films and that kind of thing.
Does she do a lot of screaming and shouting in it?
Plenty.
That's what she's known for.
She's not lived...
She was called Katie in Shang-Chi as well, wasn't she?
She was,
yeah.
yeah.
I was thinking...
She was.
She's not lived in LA since she was a child, so she doesn't know about the LA lottery. So when she gets there and she has to borrow some clothes from someone, there's a lottery ticket in the pocket, and she gets signed up for it. There's like a touch your thumb to it, and it signs you up on it. She accidentally wins. And it's a massive rollover of $3.6 billion, so the entire of LA wants her dead.
Right, okay. Mate, I'm into this.
So John Cena plays Noel Cassidy, who is a lottery protection agent. Because there are people in this world who make money
get paid to look after these.
Who make money by protecting lottery winners. He's just got to get it to sundown. And you know what? Conceptually, it's shite. Competently, it's shite. However, the action scenes are hilarious. Like, they are really, really funny. It's like proper slapstick kung fu kind of shit. It's kind of like... I don't want to say it's like a Jackie Chan thing, but it's almost like it's like the way combat was done in Rush Hour, where it was stupid and over the top and kind of parodying that kind of thing.
He said that Jackie Chan was an inspiration for fight scenes.
Biggie is so in.
I'll check it out.
John Cena and Awkwafina bounce off each other really well as comedy actors.
I mean, John Cena's got so much like charisma; he can fucking do anything.
I mean,
Is he like the busiest man in Hollywood at the minute?
Well, he's
the new Rock.
He's very much carrying this film. It's not bad. It should be shit.
Absolutely not bad.
It's like a fucking right down the middle of the road 3 out of 5.
What
worked for me is because whenever I watch a comedy film, like I'm not really looking for it to necessarily be a good film. Like for me, there is a difference between a good film and a comedy film. A comedy film for me, I always apply the Mark Kermode test to it. Does it make me laugh 6 times? If it does, it's a successful comedy film. I laughed quite a lot in this film. Some of it was from the dialogue, but it's that improvised Saturday Night Live style dialogue. In the credits, there's outtakes of them trying different things.
Well, you know, they had a bare bones script, and they were like riff.
Yeah, but what you can also see is that even though it's not a great film, you can see that especially Awkwafina and John Cena are having a really fucking fun time doing it, and I think that elevates a film like this to a certain degree, because I think if it was any other 2 actors in the lead role, it would fall on its arse so heavy.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah, I felt like that. Speaking of Kevin, I felt like that with that Get Hard film. I thought it wasn't a good film, but they look like they're having a good laugh.
Yeah.
And you can see it from it.
Simu Liu
laugh all the way to the back.
Yeah, I know.
Simu Liu is absolutely chewing the scenery in the scenes he gets.
He's good anyway, isn't
he? The combat, like I say, is really funny. There's a great scene when she's just won the lottery at the beginning, which she's like running away from some people who were at her audition, and she accidentally runs into a martial arts studio, so she's having to survive these martial artists trying to kill her. And when John Cena falls through the ceiling and starts kicking ass, things get mental. There's a lot of crotch shots, but it's non-gender specific crotch shots. There's a few women that get whacked between the legs, which is quite funny.
Okay.
So yeah, it's fine. It's on Amazon Prime. If you've got Prime, it doesn't cost you anything to watch it. It's also not very long. It's 90 minutes long.
That's always nice.
The biggest downside for the film, though, it does have Machine Gun Kelly in it playing himself.
Oh.
And one, he's not a good actor, and two, his existence just offends me.
He was good as Tommy Lee, but I understand the offence of him in particular.
Is he a bad person in real? I don't really. I know he's a musician, isn't he? And
he's barely a
married.
musician.
He's married to Thingy Fox, Megan Fox.
Bit of an oddball.
Is he just a weirdo? Like
offensive. Yeah.
Okay. People
He
don't
was on
like
Bad
him.
Friends recently. It was like fine.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Cool. We'll get him on the show. Soon
But
we can.
yeah, if you've got 90 minutes to kill and you can't, this is one of those films that if you can't think of anything better, it's a fun watch. I enjoyed it, and I think the concept as well. It's like, it's
Interesting, isn't it?
yeah, it's kind of like a comedic version of The Running Man, I guess.
It sounds like what's his name that does the Running Man and that. What's the author that made it originally?
Oh, no, you're asking.
Richard something, wasn't it?
Richard. Someone will know.
Masterson? Matheson?
James Matheson.
Heinlein, Richard Heinlein.
There you go.
Thank you, Kieran.
Richard Heinlein. Thank you, Kieran. Yeah, it sounds like that kind of thing that they do where the book version would be all like gritty and stuff, and then they just do a little
Robert
film
Heinlein.
where it's like, there you go. Nerd!
Yeah, Northman Rob says, must admit, that's not how I saw your review, and it gets up fair enough. Person didn't like it. Yeah, like, it's objectively not a good film.
Sometimes these films, it depends what mood you're physically in.
Yeah, but like I say, it beat the 6 laugh thing, so there is a load of shite in it, don't get me wrong, but it's a fine way to spend 90 minutes.
And when the actors in it are charismatic, they can carry it a little bit, can't they? Regardless if it's a 5 out of 10 film or a 3 out of 5 film.
Say, if you tried to put any other actors in the lead role, it would fall on its arse. I think,
with The Union, Matt Wahlberg is not charismatic in any way.
No, like it works very specifically because Awkwafina and John Cena seem to get on really fucking well.
Yeah, she seems like a lovely person anyway. Like I've seen her in interviews, and she just seems like a laugh.
Yeah, with a foul mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and John Cena just absolute gent, isn't he? He's an absolute performer. I really like John Cena.
Yeah, I like him too, and he seems like a really nice bloke.
Yeah, he does. He seems like a lovely bloke.
Lovely bloke.
Excellent. What a week we've had. Chat, or anyone, do we have any feedback?
Well,
I'll give you a few moments, chat, but if we have some feedback that's all been written in, we'll go to that first.
We do have...
Get your questions ready.
We do have a handful of written in feedback, so... Mike Holstead said, sorry I can't make it to the stream, I'm away on holiday, but you guys have had such an impact on my mental health, whether it's getting me into Dungeons & Dragons, or finding new media, or just chatting with you in the socials. Congratulations on 200 episodes, love you guys.
The idea that a holiday can get in way of watching this.
They've got internet abroad, haven't they, these days?
Some places have, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand that reasoning.
Thank you, and you're welcome.
Yes, thank you very much.
Friend of the pod, enemy of Oodles, Monk's Boys written in.
Yeah, for fuck's sake.
Good evening, moderate excuses. Firstly, Oodles, you're a retwat for getting the dates wrong when first announcing this live event. I'm currently sitting in a garden listening to metal covers of cheesy pop songs, and as such, I'm not watching live, so once again, Oodles, you're the worst kind of cunt. A useless one.
Yeah.
They've got internet in the garden, haven't they?
Did I get it wrong? Probably did.
Yeah, about... I think 2 weeks ago or something, whenever we first announced this, he said it was on the 25th, not the 24th.
I actually think that was me.
No, I'll take it, Stig. I can take it from that prick. I can take it.
Now, on to what I actually want to say. Well done on reaching 200 shows, people. From the early days of 3 hours pods not being enough, some slightly dodgy characters that we don't need to mention, Stig getting, stigged, the marvellous attempt on reading a book, and who can forget the episode where everyone put on bald caps and beards to trick Oodle? Oh wait, that's just his -5 to natural perception and intelligence.
Fucking dick.
And yet, despite some dodgy choices of the best drinks and snacks and some weird stand-in hosts, I will forever be a loyal listener. Fuck knows why, it's fuck knows why. It's 2 hours a week I don't get back just to listen to Biggie say he's done out. But seriously, it's an achievement to still be going 4 years after you all decided you had too much free time during COVID, and I loved every minute. Oh, and one more thing. On Monday the 26th, the actual date, not a half-assed attempt at remembering, I will be leaving my long-loved job and show at Deal Radio, and this means it will be slightly more difficult for me to record the oh-so-loved jingles that I make for this very podcast.
He does.
From now on, all jingles will come with a fee. Well, more of a punishment for Oodles because he's my mortal nemesis and he must suffer. So let's get those segment jingle ideas in, kids, and make Oodles suffer. Peace out, bitches.
He's right. He's fucking right. Oh, that monk's boy. Why are you order?
I haven't been sticked on this for a long time.
No,
You
but
I'm
drinking
feeling a bit
actually?
stigged myself, actually.
the first
I'm not
time you were
drinking now.
stinked was
He's not even
spectacular.
drinking.
Yeah,
It was amazing.
just
It
drinking
was
water.
the bump and the thud.
And then,
Should we
and then
make
the
a
line
promise
cutting
to
off.
start drinking a little bit more on this show? Because it's been a while,
don't-
hasn't it?
I don't think I can possibly drink any more than I already do.
I've
Look how red I am. I'm red raw.
You were rosy before we started recording.
Yeah, because I was drinking this afternoon. I'm fucked.
I hardly drink at the moment. Next time we do, be when we're all together.
Yeah,
on the
this is the
podcast.
first time I've drunk in about 10 weeks. So yeah,
I'll be drinking shots out of Stig's abs because he's promised me. Can't wait for them to dribble down into my throat and into
What's
my
this?
beard.
Tigerland said Stig did the same at mine. He was dead.
Yeah,
Well,
that's the
You can
problem.
say you can say that he drinks too much and he mixes all the fucking time.
That's the problem because I don't hardly drink.
And when he
then
does, he thinks
when I
he's
get together with
15.
I just I get on the beer and then I'm like, right, I'm done now. Let's get on the gin. So the gin's gone. Okay, there's only wine left. Yeah, I'll have that then.
Or like the last podcast, so let's get on these cocktails that we're making each other and put all sorts of fucking shite in it.
oh, that was good though,
That
wasn't
was
it?
such
But
a
nobody
bad
liked him,
idea.
and Stig kept saying, "I'll drink them, I'll
I'll
drink,
drink.
I'll drink
He,
them."
he said he's going on at me in the chat here, saying he was dead. To be fair, it was like 2:00 in the morning. Like, and we've
Leave
been
him
drinking all
be.
day.
Let the man drink.
I don't actually know how I don't actually know how I got into bed. And then I woke
I think
up at
Tig
11
carried
a.m.
you.
Either someone directed me up there or I walked up at some point. I don't remember.
Actually, in at the last podcast, I was staying in a room that had twin beds. I went to bed in one bed and I woke up in a different one.
It's because I kicked you out of that one. I went, get out, I'm in this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up, Mr. Worldwide
Ernie.
himself, Planty, has written in, saying, right, I'll keep it brief because it's been a bit of a week. This week I've been getting over the excesses of the live show and the Patreons and Pals after party, as well as getting my cast off. My hand looks like Robert
Oh,
De
yeah.
Niro's Frankenstein's monster, and it's made me sad.
Oh, mate.
Oh, in spite of my crumbling mental health, Mrs. P and I have watched some stuff. In brief, Twisters. Shitsters, more like it.
I want to see
Oh,
shitsters.
boo, it's fun.
I want to see shitsters too.
Long legs. Yawn legs, more like it.
Oh,
dear.
Biggie, we just get destroyed tonight.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. Have you heard his pod?
Yeah, I've been on it. My episode, what best episode?
Waiting for Stick to say something there. For Hallmark of
Can
Greatness.
it?
For Hallmark of Greatness, I watched the episode of Come Dine With Me where the Welsh lass served barely edible food off of planks of wood and walked her cat on a lead, a la that fucking guy.
Yeah.
Fucking Planty's
Yep.
swinging for the fences, yeah.
He doesn't like anyone, does he? He's really got since he's done his live Wembley Arena tour that he's just been on. He thinks he's fucking Taylor Swift, doesn't he?
Just an angry man.
But the most fun, against all the recommendations, was Jackpot, starring Aquafina and John Cena. I'd be surprised if Gadget hasn't mentioned this already, but we both had a great time with it. Silly and dad joke-tastic. Like spending 90 minutes with John, but a lot less complaining about his bad back. 3 out of 5 because
Love John so much.
3 out of 5 because Cena is always fun, and I really needed something not grim this week. Anyway, gotta go. I've got to rip off The Purge, Enter the Dragon, and John Wick for a few quid off Amazon. Toodles.
Yeah, cool. He's a good lad, Planty. I like him.
is.
I think I fancy him a little bit.
He gives good cuddles.
I bet he does, and I missed out, didn't I?
You did. You should have fucking
He hosts.
I was
good. He hosts very
Well,
well. He lubricates.
he's
him and his
done
wife
it for a long
lubricated me
time.
very, very much.
Yeah.
He provides a lot of alcohol.
Yep.
Oh, you mean host as in hosts a drink?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in
Not
his
host.
house.
I thought you were reviewing his podcastery then.
No,
I was going to say, I've
food.
heard about this hosting. It must be
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
reached these shores.
And she brought up me wine. And
Yeah,
then when that ran out, she brought me more wine. Then when that
So
ran
we
out,
just
more
let
gin.
Planty come to the next podcast. Well, fuck it, let him come.
Can we? I'd be well
let
up
him
for
come.
that.
If he wants to pay, he can
Everyone
come.
can come. Everyone can come.
You're all invited, but you've all got to pay.
Right.
Do not
Full
come.
Is
I'm
that now a
gonna
verbal
come.
contract?
Right, last up before
Whatever I
we go,
say when I'm drunk is not holding.
last up before we go to the chat, best boy Kurt Lewin says, "Congratulations
Easy, yeah.
on hitting the big 200. It's been a blast. I love the regular episodes, but you've hit it out the park with your Kenny Potter and X-Men series, which I have loved listening to and watching the films alongside. Here's to many more."
I am the director of those.
This week I finished Kunitsugami, the Path of the Goddess. As far as I'm concerned, this is another Capcom classic and currently sits as my third favourite game of the year. The mix between action and tower defense is so unique and it works really well. It's a very satisfying game to play and offers a great challenge, particularly towards the end. I always think with tower defense games that they can get a bit one note after a while, but that wasn't the case here, as the game always comes up with new ways to challenge you with a variety of scenarios and boss battles. My only complaint was some of the bosses were a bit duff, particularly the last one, and that repairing of the villages you have to do between stages to get upgrade points is boring and time consuming, and so it doesn't add anything to the game. But other than that, I suggest you try it.
On the back of Kurt, he mentioned it over the week as well. I bought that today. I haven't played it yet.
It's on Game Pass, I need to give it a shot.
What is Game Pass? What is Game Pass?
The beautiful service that only beautiful people have.
That's why me and Biggie, the ugly boys, don't have it.
Exactly.
Whoa.
He goes on to say, I also regretfully watched Alien vs. Predator Requiem, which is one of the worst films I've ever seen.
Why did you do this?
Completing his alien run, isn't he?
Yeah.
Platinumed it.
But the thing is, he's going to then dovetail into a Predator run after this.
Predator's got more hits. No, it hasn't.
No, it doesn't. It's got two good films.
It's got two good films, hasn't it?
And one alright one.
Predator 2's got charm about it, innit?
Yeah, that's the
I
alright
like
one.
it.
Predator 2's the sweatiest film I've ever seen in my
Yeah,
life.
oh yeah, it's sweaty.
Predator and Prey are the only ones that are like really genuinely, really fucking good.
Two's still worth it.
My biggest takeaway from it was, why was everything so dark?
Everyone said that when it came out.
It was like they didn't have the budget for lighting or light bulbs.
Didn't.
Just awful. And I think this is the first half-star rating I've given on Letterboxd. And now
It truly deserves that half star.
Now I just have Alien Romulus to watch.
At least it's going to be like ending on a high, isn't it?
Yeah,
Rather than
it's significantly higher than Alien vs. Predator Requiem. And now, Kurt, you know why we say anything with a subtitle of Requiem is bad.
Yeah.
Just before you move on, Candy, have you seen Alien vs. Predator Requiem?
Oh God, years and
She
years
loves it.
ago.
She loves it.
And
I can't remember. I'll watch it again though. I probably will love it. That's the one with the Predalien, right?
yeah, the Predator alien.
Yeah,
I've
Australian.
seen it. Do you know what I saw? I
When it
think
gets
it's
all them women pregnant.
Oh, I don't remember that bit. I've seen a dodgy version on my like 12-inch
Best way to watch it.
I'll watch it again. I'll watch it
Do you know what?
tonight.
Do you know when I first watched Alien vs. Predator Requiem on my mate's Zune that he had? A Zune.
A Zune.
I think that's what the director intended, to watch it on a Zune. I were at his house. We'd been up all night taking drugs, and I was wide awake. And he's like, "I've got some films on my Zune, so I'm sat there watching Alien vs. Predator Requiem off my fucking nut."
Hitting the brightness tab so much.
There weren't a brightness tab on a fucking Zune. You had to live with it.
He finishes off saying, finally I've been watching Gadget's Armored Core 6 video, which was thoroughly enjoyable. I liked
So
hearing
good.
about the story and seeing the bosses in action. Excited to see what the future holds for his channel. Thank you, Kurt.
He played it so you didn't have to.
Exactly. Right, going to the chat. I've got to scroll up here because people have been talking.
I like that.
That Efkin guy says, got internet oopnord, got it overseas, apparently.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Zeno says, I wasn't asked to write any feedback in. I presumed you do it live on air. We are.
You were.
I was.
I saw
sent
it.
They said.
Picture and thing out today.
I've started playing Cyberpunk 2077 and I'm greatly enjoying the Netrunner playstyle. In unrelated news, a huge number of Night City's gang members have non-fatally caught fire and collapsed. I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure. It's a good game.
I haven't done a Netrunner run either.
They've also been dropping in questions as well as feedback, so we're just going to go through the questions as well.
Yeah.
You only have one music artist / band for all time at the expense of others. Who do you choose?
Oh, fuck.
So that again,
Ghost.
you only get one band ever to
Yeah,
listen to.
for the rest of time.
Queen.
Rolling Stones. I know it's a stock answer, but I love
Not
the
Prince.
Stones. No, I think Stones have got something for every environment. Prince is for shagging, mate.
Pink Floyd.
Stones have got everything. Every genre.
Never been massively into them. I go Queen.
Pink Floyd.
Queen's solid.
You all agree the Chili Peppers.
Chili Peppers. Mate, I don't want to live in your world. California. I don't want to. No, it's the Stones, mate. It's perfect for every situation. Barbecue, Stones. Pub, Stones. You know what I mean? It just keeps going. Butchers, Stones. Chippy, Stones. It just works.
Funeral parlor, Stones.
Stones, mate. It works.
Well, I mean, every time you have a funeral, just play Sympathy for the Devil.
Exactly. I'll pay you black. Who gives a fuck?
Can't get no satisfaction
Exactly. That's you in bed.
at the funeral. Wow,
There's something for everyone.
that was quick.
That's what she said.
Hey!
Tig has said, which host would win the current Tory election? Biggie.
Biggie.
No, it's Reform.
Yeah, he is.
Unfortunately, I think it'd be me.
Yeah,
I mean,
where you live?
do live in a very Tory area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whose constituency is it again? Stig, just so everyone knows.
It's a Sunak.
Mr.
Gadget will
Sunak.
win based on the
indeed.
debates.
Oh, Gadget then. Yeah, Gadget. But Gadget
No.
is probably the most left wing out of all of us.
gonna say.
He's that left wing. He's gone back round again. He's double left wing.
Spun around it twice.
He's got two wings like that.
Actually, no, I secretly think it would be Candy. Should go for the girl vote.
Yeah.
No, I'd be the monster looting ravey party. Or whatever.
The Monster Looting Raving Party. There's the episode title.
Yeah, you would. I don't even think they have a political leaning, do they? They're just insane.
Yeah.
There's a guy outside our polling booth with a big, cuddly tiger, just dressed all in colours and weird hats.
I like him.
I like him.
So carrying on, Golightly86 says, "Hi all, sorry I'm 2 hours late. I've been working. I hope you're all good. We are all good. Candy's pissed."
Cheers. I'm pretty pissed as well.
Tiger Lion said, going back to Stig dying at his place, he says, "Stig, you slept through the entire Women's World Cup final."
Sleep through the entire thing.
He doesn't support women, you know this, Tig. He hates women.
He's just resting his eyes.
Always
Northman,
hated women.
Northman Rob says, "This week my wife and I have been watching a show called From. I don't think I've written in about this before. It's a supernatural show where people from around the USA find themselves trapped in a small town where the only road loops back on itself, sending people back into town. At
That's
night,
fucked up.
supernatural beings come out and looking like old-timey milkmen, nurses, etc., and hunt down the residents. These residents are protected by talismans hanging off the walls of their houses."
Is this Silent Hill?
It sounds like Silent Hill, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does have a Silent Hill vibe to it. It's an interesting concept and something fresh. I also realised if I press enter on Twitch, it doesn't start a new paragraph. Either way, give it a watch.
I love that man so much.
That F King guy, in response to something Planty said, was it something Planty said? I'd never see my cats again if they were off lead. They ain't bright.
Yeah. Fair play.
Kieran has said, "Ooh, good question. What's the sweatiest film? Alien 3
Predator
has to
2.
be up there, but Predator 2 is defo as a contender for number 1.
Predator 2. Danny Glover perspires more in that film than you've ever seen a man perspire. He's basically Aquaman all the way through it. That is some perspiration.
Big
Pumping iron.
Biggie
Pumping
has-
iron,
There's a lot
yeah.
of sweaty men in pumping iron.
The pump is better than the coming.
I go during the day. I'm pumping. I am coming. Then I go back with a woman, and I am coming.
Yeah.
Biggie,
Yeah, but Danny Glover in Predator 2 is dripping. More than Candy when she's at a fucking Bethesda conference.
Oh, that's tough.
Biggie, the rotter that he is, has suggested for a sweaty film U-Turn with J-Lo and Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh,
That is
that is a
set
sweaty
in
old
burn
film.
Arizona desert. I think it is, and it's nasty.
What about the film Sunshine? Isn't that? No, they're not like that sweaty.
No,
are
they're
they?
more burnt. They're slightly
They're more
toasted, aren't they? Yeah.
That's right.
See what IMDb's got here.
I can't think more than Predator 2. I really can't.
In the heat of the night, do the right thing.
Ooh.
Oh, do the right thing. Yeah, that's a good shot.
Rocky's pretty sweaty.
Biggie right now.
Yeah.
He's got his sweat rag like Meatloaf.
That F King guy said, sweaty film back in action. Roddy Piper and Billy Blanks.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Tigger said Danny Glover is soaking.
He is. He was absolutely dripping.
Falling Down's pretty sweaty. Is it Falling Down? Is that what?
Yeah.
Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the heat wave.
He's literally, he keeps wiping his literally back of his neck because
very
he's sweating.
sweaty in that, yeah.
And he just wants a breakfast for McDonald's and they're stop serving breakfast at 11 o'clock.
And he decides to go shoot a lot of people.
I would say, despite the fact that the film exclusively stars lizards, I would say Rango is a sweaty film. You feel sweaty watching
sweaty,
it.
doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, I agree with you, mate. I agree with you. And
No,
like,
I think it's a dry heat.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah. Desert. It's a dry heat.
What about 52 Man Cream Pie? That's quite sweaty. Isn't that biggie?
Fight Club is sweaty.
Fight Club is sweaty. No shirts, and you have to fight on your first night, don't you?
No, but also just everyone has a general sheen about them throughout the film.
Yeah. I mean, sweaty should have been a genre, shouldn't it? Like,
Should be an
like,
Oscar for the best sweat in a film.
like Flashdance and films like that.
Like,
Just
does Magic Mike count as sweaty, or is that more Baby?
Oh yeah. Oh,
That's
the first
greasy.
one, very sweaty.
Yeah, greasy.
I love it.
Kieran has said, quote, despite the fact that the film exclusively stars lizards, end quote, too long for an episode title, because that made me piss myself laughing.
That's what we were going to call Scorched Sheep, that, but we decided against it.
Last question that we have from Nimrod Hicks: gravy, yes or no? Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh,
Candy is sacked.
you just everything. You're just wrong on everything, Candy, when it comes to food.
And we
I'm not a
get a
gravy
definite
cow.
answer from the chat. Do you eat your pizza crusts?
I know Tig doesn't.
Does he not? You don't like carbs, though. He's not a big carb guy, is he?
I mean,
Candy
if you've
don't eat
gone for a
Pacific
pizza, there's
Strandles.
carbs involved.
Kieran says crust, yes.
Yes.
Of course.
Thank you,
You
Kieran.
dip it in your garlic sauce.
Nimrod says thanks, Candy. Yeah, the two of you can get to hell together. Candy, what's your thought on mashed potatoes?
Take it all in. Tell you what, mashed potatoes with a load of wasabi in it.
What
Yeah,
What?
wasabi mash.
the fuck are you talking about, you mutant?
Nah, wasabi mash and a tuna steak with soy sauce and honey on it. Oh.
That's fucked up, man.
But no, mash. I'm just not big on potato. I'm just not a potato gal.
I don't like chips. I don't like mash. I don't like tater waffles. Fuck off.
No,
I
I'm
live
not-
on that stuff.
It's transport. We've been through this before. It's transportation.
It's
It's
not.
not transportation.
No, it's not. I'd like to
I'll
really eat
accept
that.
that it's a side dish.
I'd
It's
like
not
to
a
really
name.
eat that ketchup, that bottle of ketchup there, but I need chips to
Yeah,
transport
you need
it.
something to. Yeah.
You're a
But no, I
fucking
don't like
mutant,
ketchup
mate.
either, though. It's brown sauce.
I'm pretty sure this conversation is where Candyland came from.
Transportation device. That's fucking cutlery.
Yeah, but you wouldn't take a spoon and just have a ketchup fucking
Also-
yogurt.
You
Why not? You could.
Also, Candy, I can't believe you don't experience the joy of, when you're drunk, making a fish finger sandwich but using potato waffles as bread.
Yeah. Oh, I've done that.
I
And
think
brown
I'd be
sauce,
more into
not
that,
ketchup.
actually. But I feel my fingers burning as I'm thinking about it.
You give it a
Ow.
chance to cool down.
Let it cool
And my mouth.
down.
I burnt my
Do you
mouth
know-
earlier, actually. It still
do
hurts.
you know when people say, like, imagine like an alien's first day as being a human? It's candy every day.
What's this? What's this?
How to human? I am human.
She's just Jack Skellington running around everywhere going,
Exactly.
What's this? What's that? Looking over
Potatoes
here.
everywhere.
Right, we've got one last question from Northman Rob. Let's do it.
No, that's for the Patreon section, because he's put that in the Ask Us Anything Discord. So that's not for the
I don't know
free
what that
listeners.
means.
That's
Oh,
not for the
is
free
that not for
listeners.
the free ones?
This is premium content he's providing us.
Right then, let me get into it. As always, links to all our extracurricular. As always, links to all our extracurricular activities are in the show notes at modernescapism.co.uk. Please become a patron because I am an alcoholic. I need your money. I need your money.
Notice how none of us are disagreeing.
Imagine how cool my funeral would be with all these crying and candy like, I'm not eating chips. It'd be so funny.
If you're being cremated, it'd make a good fire.
You can smoke me, Bigger. You can sniff me, Stig. You know what I mean? Snort me up. Do what you want, babies. Please, because we've got Kenny Potter, which has won many awards. We've got Too Faff, Too Curious, which is still ongoing, the longest podcast ongoing.
Stop punching your mic.
Consecutive. I can't help it. I am hammered. We've got Modern Escapism Men. We've got that and all. It's still ongoing. It's all fucking great content. And a monthly vote. Oh, so much. Come on. Gadget, sell the Patreon for a second, please, while I have a drink.
£5 a month plus VAT gets you access to the extra pods. You'll get our monthly extra pod. You'll get Modern Escapism Men, and then whatever the next film review series that we happen to do. You can do the Biggie Bundle for £7.50 a month plus VAT, which also gets you all the Scorched sheep benefits as well if you like a little bit of D&D. We know
because that'll be at 200 at some point, won't it?
Well, it's about to end. We're only like 2 or 3 episodes off ending the first campaign, so the story's coming to a climax.
Gadget literally knows what happens at the end.
I've written it, I'm sad.
That sneaky boy knows.
So, yes, join patreon.com/modern escapism. Join it. You can also follow for free, and you'll just get the random updates that Stig puts on there, like the request for feedback.
Yeah, look how angry he is. He's livid that you've not joined. Furious. And he's livid that he's sober. He looks so sober. He looks unreal.
He's up early.
He's up early, yes. But this is usually the end of the show. But before that, you're going to get it live. And she is shitting a brick. It's time for the first ever live Candyland.
No, it's not.
Is it not?
I did the one at Christmas.
And now, what's up in Candyland?
Right, so we had a little chat, didn't we, backstage a couple of days ago. I've joined a dating app because, lads, I am still single. I know it's hard to believe.
Not the pizza handles and the transportation devices, it's not.
But you know what? There's a handle for
game of
every
beds.
pizza, Biggie. So I'm looking for the handle to my pizza. But we got onto the conversation about, like, because you have to swipe. It's not Tinder, but you swipe left, swipe right. And we got onto the subject of, like, what do blind people do? So I've come up with a solution to this. So blind people can easily use their phone. It will read out their profile, no problem, but you can't see what the person's like. If you like the sound of the person, and if you pay the premium, because all dating sites, you do have to pay a premium to get anywhere, really, as I've discovered. And it's expensive as well.
Don't you get like 10 swipes a day or something like that?
Something like that. I had a few good matches, actually. But anyway, I digress. So if you like the sound of the person and you're blind, I mean, it doesn't have to be just a blind dating app.
Could be any disability.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. Not just blind people.
All variations thereupon. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. So
it's not going to work for deaf people, is it?
What?
We wouldn't need to.
They could see.
So
no, just the sound.
Right. So you get right. I know what I'm trying. So yeah. Right. I got it. So
he knows what she's talking about.
I'm trying to
everybody.
I'm trying to get there.
This is what she would like at podcast. I'll just go, lads. I'm trying to talk.
First one, trying to get through that feedback. Incredible.
That was bad, wasn't it? Right. So what am I saying? Right. Okay. Right. So if you're blind and you like the sound of a profile, but they might be an UGG, you can. Right. If you have a 3D, right, you need a 3D printer for this, and the other person at the other end needs like a scanner or something.
Oh no, I know where this is going.
Are you doing the Lionel Richie hello video?
Yeah.
Exactly. So you're like,
but it turns out to be a dick pic.
Well, that's an even more premium option.
Well, that's the most important thing on those websites.
Just try before you buy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Gadget!
Exactly. So I think I'm onto a bit of a winner here, or a wiener.
I mean, it's inclusive. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
You get inclusivity points, and our head of HR, Biggie, approves.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
What happens if you're a man looking for a woman? Then do you get a 3D print of someone's fanny?
Yeah, a fleshlight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stig's just ordered two.
Well, the
I mean-
face as well. I mean, it depends what's important to you, doesn't it?
Yeah,
So
well,
what it
it's-
is, it's like
Hang
inclusive.
on, I
It's
know
gotta
why
be the
we're
fleshlight
like
with the face
2
on
weeks
top.
while this face prints out before I can figure out whether I'm going to swipe left or right.
Well, the thing is, I guess
It's a
if you're
house
blind,
full of
the
3D printed faces someone's got.
I mean, I guess if you're blind, the face isn't that important anyway.
It is.
Maybe just the willy.
You go.
Can we click that? Click that.
I'll click
Maybe
that.
just the willy.
You go on a date with a blind girl and like you walk into a house and there's just like 1,000 3D printed dicks all over the place.
That's what her house looks like anyway.
It is, can't confirm. I've been to her house.
There's dicks everywhere.
It's one cat and 10,000 dicks.
It's
Yeah.
like that fucking dick museum in Iceland, isn't it? That fucking cocks everywhere.
How do you think I hang my hoodies up?
Oh, God. On schlongs. Oh, dear. I do apologise to
got
everyone
one for these.
watching this live, but you've just encountered what we have to put up with. Sometimes Gadget's had to edit Candyland because we were laughing so hard.
There's
this
been a
girl-
few times I've cut stuff out of Candyland. Yeah,
She's
it's
a
gone on
national
too long.
fucking treasure. But I like it. All-inclusive Tinder, basically. Yeah.
Dicker.
Cheers, everyone.
So, again, this is normally where we'd end it, but we're going to say bye-bye to the chat.
Jack
We're going to say
Chambers-
bye-bye to the chat.
Jack Chambers says,
Go on.
in the words of Alanis Morissette, it's like 10,000 dicks when all you need is a cat.
That's all I was thinking in my head.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how to do the joke. I was like, it's 10,000. Yeah.
Kieran
a
says,
quick lad.
I'm happy you did the Candyland intro live and it wasn't just added in post. I put effort into this.
He's directed the full episode. Can we get a round of applause for Gadget on this one, please, everybody?
Woo! Hicks
He's
says
been
poetic.
hosting and directing.
Yes, it's been a fun live.
So, before we end, we'll say bye-bye to the chat. But again, if you're listening to this, and the only way to listen to this is to become a patron, we're going into the green room soon, and we're going to end this stream and talk about how we hate you all unless you're a patron. But chat, thank you very much for joining us on this 200th extravaganza, where we're all extremely sober. Not Stig, though. Stig's the only drunk one by the looks of it. Look how pissed
Yeah,
he
he's
is.
hammered.
He's fucking hammered, white as a ghost. But yes, thank you very much, chat. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening in the future as well. Thank you for being patrons. Thank you for not being patrons and just supporting us in general. Thank you to my lovely 4 staff members. I love you very much. We got this far. It's been an absolute honour and a privilege. We love you all. So, yeah, good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.